This is the George here, and this is the fourth episode of Pop Culture and Common Sense. This is the George, and today we've got a few topics to talk about. We'll probably go maybe slightly over an hour today, but not too long. We're going to be talking about the Batman Part 2, the official casting after months of rumors as to who's going to be in the movie and who will be playing what, and maybe theorizing who might still be playing what, because there's a couple of castings that are just undisclosed at the moment. We're also going to be talking about the start of the new casting for James Bond, the new James Bond, who for Denis Villeneuve's upcoming James Bond movie, which I don't think it has a release date, by the way, but I do know it's going to happen after Dune Part 3. And we'll talk a little bit about some animation here as well and talk about one of my favorite cartoons coming back in regular show towards the end. So, DC's been making some pretty big casting announcements lately. We've had the Man of Tomorrow casting announcements that have been happening for quite a while, including the Matthew Lillard one that happened last week. I think there was one more Man of Tomorrow casting. Can't specifically remember because the Batman Part 2 castings have just overshadowed everything. Because for many people, the Batman Part 2 is their most anticipated movie of 2027. You were right, Red. You're always right, Red. Well, at least 90% of the time, right. But for many people, the Batman Part 2 is already their most anticipated movie of 2027. I know for me, it's my most anticipated movie. And some people might be wondering, well, wait a minute, you anticipate that more than Secret Wars? I mean, at the moment, I anticipated it. I anticipate it more than Secret Wars. I even anticipate Man of Tomorrow more than Secret Wars. Oh my goodness! I was kind of rooting for Ronda Rousey just because I wanted the Phantom Menace to be disappointed. Dear Lord, this is one of the shortest fights I've ever seen, or the shortest fight I've ever seen. Yeah. By the way, in case anyone's wondering what Red is referring to right here, apparently that the big fight between Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey that's been hyped up for weeks basically ended in less than a minute. In fact, it ended in less than 20 seconds. Talk about disappointment. But as MJ said in Spider-Man No Way Home, expect disappointment and you'll never be disappointed. No, she didn't care. You know what's funny, Aaron? The Geeks and Gamers crowd went out there to support her. Because those are her people. I mean, isn't one of them like close friends with her? Yeah, she didn't take it seriously. Just like she don't take her acting career seriously. If she took her acting career seriously, she wouldn't have said the dumb stuff that she said that got her fired from Mandalorian. Dear Lord. Yeah, very disappointed. But anyways, 2027, we got Secret Wars, Man of Tomorrow, and the Batman Part 2. Right now, Secret Wars is number 3 on my most anticipated movies. Not because I'm not looking forward to it. I am looking forward to Secret Wars, but I've been more excited to see the Batman Part 2 for quite a while. I've wanted to see it since 2022. And it kept getting delayed. We thought it was coming out in 2025. We thought it was going to come out this year. Then it got moved to next year. I remember there was some ramblings that it might get postponed again. And I just really want to see the Batman Part 2. It was supposed to come out on my birthday this year. That would have been such a fun 30th birthday. Because I'm going to be turning 30 this year to go and see the Batman Part 2. But I guess I'll have to wait for next year when it comes around the weekend of my 31st birthday. But also, I'm looking forward to Man Tomorrow because Superman's still fresh on my mind. I love what James Gunn did with that movie. I'm excited with these castings, seeing Brainiac on the big screen for the first time. And speaking of Man Tomorrow, I know Aaron was doing a stream yesterday about Man Tomorrow. If you haven't already, go check that out on replay. Him and our other friend, Blinded Braille, was also talking about it on air and stream. So go check out their stream to hear their thoughts. But yeah, Man of Tomorrow is also number 2 on the list. Like DC is starting to get in there. Now again, it could change based on how Doomsday goes. I am looking forward to Doomsday. It's my second most anticipated movie after The Odyssey. But I'm also cautious about Doomsday because I don't know what's going to happen with the characters. Are there other characters that are going to appear in there? How it's going to end? As much as I love Robert Downey Jr., how he's going to do his Doom, and what dynamics could be set up for Secret Wars. And I'm trying to avoid what the scoopers and the spoilers are trying to say because these movies haven't even came out yet. No, I didn't know that about Gina Carano. I haven't really been following the fight. It's just I kind of just been poking fun at it because I know the anti SJW crowd is full on with Gina Carano. They did. Like, I remember Ronda Rousey used to be popular. Like, it's not just Gina Carano that dropped off. Like, I was wondering, like, whatever happened to Ronda Rousey. So, in reality, regardless of who was going to win, are they really going to go up in celebrity stature? Oh, red. Oh, boy. Ay. Aaron, I don't know if you're free. If you want to come on the show, let me know. I can send you a link. I don't know if you want to come on or not. You don't have to, but if you want to, just let me know and I'll send you a link. But basically, with Doomsday, it's gonna depend on how that goes for me to really see how I feel about Secret Wars, because I know there's the rumors that Toby and Hugh Jackman are gonna be the main faces of the movie. But I don't know how true that is. Like, there's rumors that they could be in Doomsday. I'm not buying into what the scoopers say. I just want to trust the trades. But anyways, back to the Batman Part 2. Been long anticipating this movie. I'm a huge Batman fan. There's only one Marvel character that I would say I'm probably that I'm a bigger fan of than Batman, and that's probably Spider-Man. So, like, Batman alone kind of clears everyone in Marvel when it comes to what characters I enjoy. Now, there's been some theories going around as to who could be the villain. I know for a while there were theories that it could be Clayface, but probably the OG Clayface that was a more realistic villain back in the old comics. But they're doing the Clayface movie this year. I doubt they're going to do Clayface in that universe, even if it is the more realistic version. There's a lot of people have been wanting Mr. Freeze. Like, if you ever see, like, Batman Part 2 family logos, the Batman logo, like, the first movie, it's red. This one, they're making it blue. Because I guess they so desperately want Mr. Freeze. And look, I would love to see Mr. Freeze in a Batman movie. I would absolutely love to see Mr. Freeze. He when he's done right, he is done right. He is an excellent villain. Forget about Batman and Robin and what Arnold Schwarzenegger had done to the character. But I don't even blame Arnold Schwarzenegger for what had happened. I'm more so annoyed at what Joel Schumacher did. But here's the thing. Joel Schumacher, in fairness to Joel Schumacher, he tried at times to do darker Batman. Batman Forever was actually supposed to be a darker movie, but Warner Brothers wanted to cut down. Before Batman and Robin canceled it, Batman Unchained, which was supposed to be Joel Schumacher's next Batman movie, he wanted that to be a darker movie. So, like, to be fair, I kind of, even though, yeah, it's Joel Schumacher's movie, I kind of blame Warner Brothers for doing doing that kind of tone shift. But based on this casting, nothing about Mr. Freeze has been confirmed. Although, I guess because Matt Reeves showed early footage of what they've gotten done so far of Batman Part 2. I think it was stuff with the Batmobile. Because they saw snow, they automatically think that's Mr. Freeze. But here's the thing. When you watch the Batman and then watch Penguin, basically it takes place in that fall to winter span. When the Batman begins, it begins on Halloween. It's also happening during the last days of an election. The Gotham mayor election's happening. And elections usually happen at the beginning of November, whether it's for mayor, senator, president, usually governor. It's usually the beginning of November. When the Penguin's happening, it's happening after the election. Well, the climax of the movie is happening during the election, and the aftermath, which is the Penguin, is happening in the days and weeks afterwards, which is like the later end of fall. And it was confirmed around the time the Penguin wrapped up in 2024 that the Batman Part 2 was going to take place right after the Penguin. I'm not saying it's going to happen like, oh, a minute after the finale of the Penguin, but it's going to happen afterwards. So it's most likely going to be happening that following winter, which I find to be interesting because this is coming out over 5 years after the Batman, like half a decade, more than half a decade, actually. I mean, I know people will say, well, the Penguin came out over 2 years after the Batman. Batman Part 2 is coming out 3 years after the Penguin. Red. Oh my gosh. Red, stop. Oh gosh. Before I continue, since Red keeps bringing up Gina Carano, I have to share this. Back in 2021, in my old Twitter account, not my current one, my old Twitter account, for some reason, Gina Carano blocked me. I don't know how. I never tweeted her. I never commented on any of her stuff. I think it was around the time when she got in trouble for tweets and got fired by Disney and Lucasfilm. I don't know. Maybe she was cleaning house. I don't know. I had never tweeted her. I was never making fun of her. I think maybe I might have. I don't know, because the Twitter account's deactivated. I was having problems logging into it a few years ago, so that's why I have the new one. Maybe I might have retweeted an article saying she got fired, but I don't think I said anything like good riddance or like she deserves it. It was just like retweeting what had happened, not commenting whether or not I was for or against it. Now, her and a certain someone whose first name rhymes with Blandy were the only ones that ever blocked me on that Twitter account. I don't think right now there's only two people that have currently blocked me on my current Twitter account, and that is someone whose last name rhymes with Garbo and a certain disgraceful Randolph, just because I was pointing out to disgraced Randolph that her takes were stupid, because they were. I was making fun of the fact that, she's kind of acting like Steven Spielberg was past his prime just because his movies didn't do so well in the box office. He still makes quality movies. I mean, we've seen bad movies make a lot of money. We've seen great movies not make a lot of money. She had made a comment about how bad the section of Disney World looks when they drained out the water because they're trying to expand Frontierland and make the villains land. And I made a joke saying not as bad as some of your movie takes. Like, okay, that's a reason to block someone. I still don't know why Gina Carano had me blocked. Because, look, I was neither for or against Gina Carano. I mean, I didn't really pay attention to what she specifically said. I mean, I understand why Disney and Lucasfilm also had to do it because you know what? They got standards. They probably have got deals in place. But at the same time, like if she didn't get fired, I wasn't going to be offended and demand her getting fired. All what really happened was like they took out the character Cara Dune. They never recasted the character. When you're talking about, you know, when you say zeros, are you referring to Mike Zero? Is that guy even still around? Like Mike Zero and the other Phantom Menace. See, that's the thing. I think here's the thing. They basically had I don't want to say simped, but it was like they went all in on Gina Carano because of her politics. Here's the thing. I can care less what a person's politics are in movies and entertainment. That's what I thought. I gotta watch a video of his to see like what he's doing. He reminds me of when I see him. He reminds me of like he would fit into a Kevin Smith View Universe movie and be like the villain. He would be like a worse, like a version of Brody Bruce that you dislike. Like Brody Bruce from Mallrats. Yeah, he's a jerk, but he's a likable jerk. If you made like had a villain version of him, he would be a jerk, but he would be an unlikable jerk. I feel like that's what Mike Zero would be. Oh my goodness, Red. Red. You know, I've already gone off topic, but I might as well address it. You know, I used to watch these channels back in the day, like back in 2018, because you know what it is, the algorithm. I was disappointed with how Last Jedi went. Found myself watching Geeks and Gamers, and I was like, oh wow, this Jeremy guy kind of makes some good points about Star Wars. But then he goes on to these political rants and all that, and it's like it's like never ending. He's made 100 videos about Kathleen Kennedy. They all made 100 videos about Kathleen Kennedy. Doomcock's made 100 videos. Like it's the same thing. Melanie Macaroni. Hey, that's an insult to macaroni. Macaroni is good. Never put Melanie Mac in her name, with Melanie Macaroni. Yo, Melanie Mac is crazy. So the things that she says, like, it is so crazy. I think she's one of the craziest. You know, like, there's a lot of them that, like, I always wonder what happened to him. Like, there used to be this one bland guy named John Talks, and all he does is just talk. Jesse Milestone, I always wonder what happened to that person. Whatever happened to Mecha Random? That's what I always wonder. Yo, Red, Aaron, if you guys are still watching, do you guys know whatever happened to Mecha Random or like some of these other people? Anyways, back to the Batman. So the fact that because I remember when Dark Knight Rises came out, Dark Knight Rises came out 4 years after the Dark Knight, and there was like that 8-year gap, like in the movies, or like 8 years after the events of Dark Knight. So this movie's coming out 5 years after the Batman, but it's gonna happen like right after the Batman and the Penguin. I find that to be very interesting. Now we got some casting announcements, and I think these are good casting choices. My only concern is the characters. Oh, so she still is around. Okay, because she don't make the news anymore like she used to. But then again, the movie talk community has gone through such a drastic change the last few years. It's like the channels that used to be around, like Aaron is still around. I'm still around. Some people will appear once in a while, but it's like a lot of people have left, and like that includes a lot of people that used to cover these people. Anyways, let's find me see if I can find it to share the list. By the way, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And you know what? Subscribe to my friend Aaron while you're at it. Aaron Ward Order. He does streams basically every few days, does videos every day. He is more consistent than I am. Support him. He does a great job. He's one of my oldest friends on YouTube and one of the few that I'm still friends with on YouTube. No, that's not what I wanted. Right. I almost shared the wrong thing. So, according to Discussing Film, this was on May 14th. Here's the official cast. I'm only going to list the new cast members. So, Sebastian Stan, who we know as playing Bucky in the MCU, will be playing Harvey Dent. Scarlett Johansson, who is also known for playing Black Widow in the MCU, will be playing Gilda Dent. Charles Dance will be playing Christopher Dent. For those of you who do not know who Christopher Dent is, that is Harvey Dent's father. And the background of Charles Dent kind of does set the tone for Two-Face. And what I mean is that Charles Dent was abusive. He was abusive. He was alcoholic. And basically left an impact on his psyche. And when Harvey Dent became Two-Face, it was on basically full display. So this is the first time that I think Harvey Dent's dad would be a movie. Like, Harvey Dent's dad was addressed in The Dark Knight when Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face said to Rachel in the courtroom, "It's my dad's lucky coin." But I don't think anything was ever brought up about how his dad treated him. And basically, like, he would flip the coin to determine if Harvey gets a beating or not. And because the coin was, I think it was like same side, like, he would win either way. Yo, that'd be funny if it was. Could you imagine if James Gunn had a mask that was basically Matt Reeves? That means James Gunn made the Planet of the Apes movies. Or better yet, Matt Reeves has a James Gunn mask. And it's like, I've been James Gunn this whole time. That means around the time he made Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, he made Guardians of the Galaxy. He made the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and wrote the Scooby-Doo movies. So I'm curious what kind of role Christopher Dent's going to have. Now, Sebastian Koch and Brian Tyree Henry were also cast, but their roles are unknown. Now, we knew Robert Pattinson was going to come back as Batman. We knew Andy Serkis was going to come back as Alfred, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. Sorry if I mispronounced this name. I'm terrible at names. Jamie Lawson will continue to play the newly elected Mayor Bella Riel, and Gil Perez Abraham will return as Officer Martinez. So, obviously, what's noticeable is the fact that Zoe Kravitz is not coming back as Selena Kyle / Catwoman. Now, that doesn't mean that she's probably not going to come back in this franchise. It was hinted in the Penguin finale that she's still out there. But she's not going to be in this movie, which I don't think she was needed in this movie. I mean, you don't want to, like, rinse and repeat. Now, Harvey Dent coming into the movie. This is what I want to address. It feels like, based on the characters that appear. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Gilda Dent is usually Harvey's fiance and wife, or wife, depending on what version of Two-Face. Sometimes she's just the fiance before he turns into Two-Face. But because Gilda and Charles are in this movie, it feels like Harvey Dent's going to have a strong presence in this movie. He's going to have a big role. Like, these are two characters that weren't in the other movies that Harvey Dent has been in. They were not in Batman Forever, where Two-Face was the main villain or one of the main villains. They weren't in the Dark Knight. In fact, we can basically say that Rachel Dawes played the role of Gilda because she was in a relationship with Harvey Dent, and Harvey wanted to propose to her. And we know what happened before she died. Rachel picked Bruce, and it was Rachel's death that really shaped Harvey into Two-Face. So, but we never really officially had Gilda and Charles in a movie. So this is going to be very interesting. They're going to be heavily themed in the movie. It does make me wonder, like, is this going to be the movie where he turns into Two-Face? Because as of right now, the only other character that's definitely going to probably have a villain role is the Penguin. But we got two actors in Sebastian Koch and Brian Tyree Henry who have yet been casted. And I know some people will swear that one of them is going to be Mr. Freeze, because I call this the Last Jedi theory syndrome, where people they're very persistent on their fan theories becoming true. They want their fan theories to come true. Like, people had all these fan theories about Rey and the Last Jedi and Snoke, and when they didn't come true, all hell broke loose. And look, I get it. I get wanting your fan theories to be true, because you know what? I'll give credit to some fans. There are some fan theories that do sound credible, that do make sense, that are realistic in there. There were some realistic fan theories about Spider-Man No Way Home when that movie was coming out. There's been some realistic fan theories about Doomsday so far. That's nothing new. It's nothing out of the ordinary. I just feel like, though, that if it doesn't come true, that should not ruin the movie experience. I just want a good movie, and I think the Batman will be it. Now, back to this Harvey Dent, though. I know it's been 19 years since Harvey Dent was last in a theatrical Batman movie, The Dark Knight. Yeah, well, right now 18, but when the Batman Part 2 comes out, it's going to be over 19. It's crazy. Dark Knight's almost 20. But it's like Batman has such a large rogue gallery that you can't help but kind of wish that maybe someone else should be in there. Like, at least with Riddler and Penguin, the last movie, we haven't seen them since the 90s. We haven't seen when Batman came out, Penguin, for 30 years since Batman Returns, and he was kind of biting people's noses off and was like Tim Burtonized, you would say. Even though I love Tim Burton, I like Batman and Robin, but he was Tim Burtonized. And then we haven't seen the Riddler since 1995 in Batman Forever. And yeah, you can make the case that maybe Riddler had a more accurate costume and style in Batman Forever, but I really liked what they did with Paul Dino's version of Riddler in the Batman. You know what? I used to find it funny. I remember when number one snake oil salesman Mikey Sutton, when he did his review on Geekosity about the Batman, he was basically saying, well, you know, the Ben Affleck movie was gonna have Deathstroke. Here, Batman's fighting against a villain wearing a trash bag, and it's like, so what? The overall story was excellent. The action was still great. So I do wonder, this is gonna be like Two-Face's origin story, and how they're gonna approach it. Because again, like, kind of like the Nolan movies, this feels like a more realistic take on Batman. And I don't think they're going to repeat it where half his face goes on fire like in The Dark Knight. Because there have been some things that have been compared to already in this franchise to the Dark Knight series, with obviously the more realistic take and all that. I do find it interesting that, you know, because Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian Stan were in the MCU together, they were in quite a few MCU movies together. In fact, that like they're gonna be basically playing as a couple. But you know what? I think these are good castings. Honestly, Sebastian Stan, he looks like he can be Harvey Dent. He looks like he can fit the role of Harvey Dent. Scarlett Johansson, this would probably be a much more serious role for her. Definitely a different kind of character compared to playing Natasha Romanoff. But I'm excited to see what happens. Um, I am curious to know like who Sebastian Koch and Brian Tyree Henry are going to be playing. I know some people theorize there'll be Mr. Freeze or maybe there'll be some other villain. I mean, but considering the fact that due to everything that has happened with the Batman, you can't help but wonder. They're with Carmine Falcone out of the way. Like, is it just going to be Penguin, or will there be someone else trying to, be the big crime boss, be crime lord? Like, who will fit in there? Like Penguin. Like, I know Penguin will take the reins, but who will compete for that? Will we see someone like Maroney, Rupert Thorne? Because I remember in Batman the Animated Series, and I've noticed Matt Reeves has taken some inspiration from the Batman Animated Series a few times. I do wonder, could he do something like with the Animated Series where the character Rupert Thorne was connected to the origin story of Two-Face? Because Rupert Thorne, he's also a character that hasn't been in a live action Batman movie. He was actually supposed to be in the 1989 movie, but he got replaced by the fictional created character Carl Grissom. The one that Joker used to work for when he was just Jack, and then he killed him. Thorne was in Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, but that's a direct-to-video movie. But yeah, I mean, it looks like it's going to be an exciting movie. It's currently my most anticipated movie, not just comic book movie of 2027, but just 2027 movie overall. This and Man of Tomorrow, it's going to be a big year for DC. It's going to be a big year for DC. Speaking of Man of Tomorrow, I think they did have another casting announcement that they made. It was Cinqua. Sorry if I mispronounced his name. Cinqua Walls. And for those who don't know, he's been in stuff like Friday Night Lights, Fight Night, The $1 Million Heist, and more recently in the remake of White Man Can't Jump from Hulu. And this is a big cast for Man Tomorrow. I'm going to show what the cast of Man Tomorrow looks like, because this is going to be a pretty big movie. Now, big can be good, big can be bad, but here I'm going to find the cast real quick. This. And find that cast. Okay. So we've got obviously David Corn, Sweat, Nicholas Holt, and Rachel Brosnahan come back. We've got Eddie Kahigi, Nathan Fillion, Isabella Merced also coming back. Skylar Gisondo, Frank Grillo as Jimmy Olsen and Rick Flag. Sarah Sampiano is coming back as Eve Textmaster. Maria Gabriela de Faria as the engineer. I wonder what they're going to do with the engineer in this movie. Lars Ettinger as Brainiac, and he's going to be in Lanterns, but Aaron Pierre as Jon Stewart. So we got quite a few characters and heroes. So Adria Arjona, most likely going to be Maxima. And we've got Andre Royo, Matthew Lillard, Cinqua Walls, and Stephen Blackheart is coming back as a Luthor Corp employee. This is going to be a big movie. And I know people will say, oh, if it don't make $1 billion, it's going to flop. I hate the $1 billion standards. Like, here's the thing. $1 billion movies have become a rarity post-COVID. I know it used to be a common thing in the 2010s. But here's the thing. I just want to remind people, at least in the earlier part of the 2010s, like 2010 to 2013, a lot of that was due to the popularity of 3D. You see, when Avatar came out in the end of 2009, 3D, and came out in 3D, it broke box office records, and everyone wanted to implement that. Alice in Wonderland, a forgettable movie, the Tim Burton one, made $1 billion worldwide. Toy Story 3, yes, Toy Story 3 is a beloved movie. It's an amazing movie. It's also an anime movie, and anime movies were coming out in 3D as well. Made $1 billion worldwide. Next year, you had Harry Potter and Transformers, and yeah, it made sense with Harry Potter. I think some people were like wondering, how did Transformers do it? How did Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides? They were also released in 3D. Same with Harry Potter. 3D really did help a lot of movies in the earlier part of the 2010s. And yeah, some movies in the mid to later 2010s and in the 2020s have done it without 3D. The other Marvel movies like Civil War, Infinity War pulled it off. Toy Story 4 pulled it off without being in 3D. A lot of the remakes like Lion King and Aladdin, Star Wars pulled it off. Although, well, Force Awakens, when Phantom Menace got released in 3D in 2012, that release did help get it to $1 billion because it was like around $900 million, I think, after its original theatrical run in 1999. But the point is, the whole idea that $1 billion depends on will determine if a movie's great or not doesn't mean a thing. Like, here's the thing. If Batman vs. Superman did make $1 billion worldwide, that still wouldn't mean it was a good movie. Maybe it would have kept that version of DC alive, and DC wouldn't have gotten into panic mode. But it didn't improve the overall quality. The quality of the movie was still going to be the same. There's been plenty of great movies that have been box office bombs. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is an amazing movie. Did not do well at the box office. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four: The First Steps were actually very good Marvel movies that came out last year. They didn't do that well. It happens to movies. It happens to good movies. I'm pretty sure The Emperor's New Groove, a hilarious Disney movie, didn't do that great in the box office in comparison to movies that were coming out in the decade prior during the Disney Renaissance. This whole notion that $1 billion determines how good a movie is or not is silly. The Twilight movies made a lot of money. They were garbage. There's been great movies that have made a lot of money. The Lord of the Rings movies, great movies, made a lot of money. Return of the King made $1 billion. All the Harry Potter movies, the main ones, made a lot of money. 2 of which made $1 billion in Philosopher's Stone and Deathly Hallows Part 2. Great movies. Transformers: Age of Extinction made $1 billion worldwide. That's a terrible movie. You understand my point? I do think, however, Man of Tomorrow definitely needs to make more money than Superman. I think that's reasonable pressure to put on the movie. Which to me, it's like if the movie makes 800 million worldwide, I think that's a good high to go. I'll say it. I do think it shouldn't make more. It needs to make more than 700 million if you're gonna have all these characters. But again, I'm not also gonna say, "Oh, Man Tomorrow doesn't make this amount of money. It's bad." Man Tomorrow's great. I'll say it's great. I'm not gonna, but I'm not gonna judge it. I'm not gonna compare it to Man of Steel. Like, here's the thing: everyone keeps comparing Man of Steel's box office to Superman's, the new Superman's box office. It's like you do realize it was a different era, right? Different time. And again, I like Man of Steel. I do think Man of Steel's underrated. It doesn't mean Man of Steel is an amazing movie. I do understand why people have a problem with that movie. And even still, to Warner Brothers, I guess because maybe Man of Steel had a bigger budget. I don't know. Maybe it was because they felt after Dark Knight Rises made $1 billion worldwide, and they were kind of using Nolan's name since he was producing Man of Steel as a way to get people to go see the movie. Maybe they thought Man of Steel could have done better. But I don't know. I feel like people like Grace Randolph, who do put so much stock into the box office. Like, I don't know if you heard her bizarre take back last year when it was announced that Rosalina in the Super Mario Galaxy movie was going to be voiced by Brie Larson. And she was saying, "Oh, the movie's going to do bad because Brie Larson's in it. And everyone hates Brie Larson." First of all, she needs to get with the times. I will come to the defense of those chuds that Red had mentioned in the chat earlier. Those chuds did move on from the Brie Larson hate videos. Some of them have embraced Brie Larson. But regardless, even if they still hated Brie Larson, they didn't care. Some of these actors don't, some of these people don't care. People really don't care who's in the movie. Like the Twitter, I'll call them the Twitter activists that like to boycott people because they say something, because they have an opinion that they dislike on certain issues. I'm not going to say what the issues are. They will try to be like, "I'm not watching it because that person's in it." I feel like it's a dumb measuring stick. But even the Phantom Menace, to their credit, don't do that. That's a good point, Degrassi, because here's the thing. Back to bringing up Man of Steel. Man of Steel did very well on DVD and Blu-ray. It did very well with that. Merchandise does play a big role. Like, people don't realize when Star Wars was coming out, yeah, it made over $1 billion, but the merchandise wasn't doing as well as I think they had hoped. Like, people don't realize that it's not just the tickets. There's merchandise. And by the way, I think this is the first time Degrassi's been in my chat. If not, he was probably in my chat a long time ago, but welcome, Degrassi. Glad to see a legitimate person joining the chat along with Aaron and Red, who are also legitimate people. That's what I'll say about this corner we've got. We've got legitimate people. We don't got fools like someone whose last name rhymes with Garbo. But I actually do want to look at the Super Mario Galaxy box office real quick to kind of see if she was proven wrong. So, according to Yahoo, I'm not going to pull. I'm looking at an article on Yahoo. That's actually pretty remarkable. And here's the thing. To Warner Brothers, Superman was a success. Like, people don't realize that the company will determine can also determine if they feel the movie was a success or not. To them, Superman lived up to their box office expectations. The expectations of the fact that the audience enjoyed it, that they had that enough critics liked it. I don't like to use Rotten Tomatoes as a measuring stick, but here's what I'll say. 83% of the critics that reviewed on Rotten Tomatoes liked the movie. Not all of them gave it perfect scores. Not all of them gave them mixed scores. But the fact that audiences liked it, critics seem to have enjoyed it. They seem to have enjoyed it more than a lot of the Marvel movies that have come out in recent years. This was seen as a success by Warner Brothers. And here's the thing. I want to remind everyone. Superman was the highest grossing superhero movie of last year. It made more money than the Fantastic Four. It made more money than Thunderbolts, than Captain America Brave New World. And Super Mario has made 964 million at the box office. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to cross $1 billion because apparently it's arriving on streaming this week, but we'll see. But I mean, still, 964 million is still a lot of money. That's still a lot of money. Well, Red, I'm not going to say that word. Oh, gosh. Well, Avengers. I really want to see Doomcock's review of Avengers Doomsday when it comes out. I really do, now that you just keep bringing this up. I basically had to explain to people at work. And, they had to tell them. I explained to them what Overlord DVD was. Yeah, I think here's the thing. I think even though I liked Fantastic Four: The First Steps, I think there was a lot more riding on that than Superman. Because I remember back when actually even before the Fantastic Four movie was announced. The Fantastic Four movie was first announced, I think it was like the end of 2020. That was when John Watts was supposed to direct at the time. Even before that, when Disney bought Fox, because when Disney bought Fox, that meant they got the IPs of X-Men and Fantastic Four back. Since then, it was like 2017, 2019, everyone was saying, oh, thank goodness we're going to get a good Fantastic Four movie. And we did get a good Fantastic Four movie. But the movie didn't do all that well in the box office. And that could be because Fantastic Four had been rebooted so many times, people might have given up on it. Like maybe Fan Four Stick from a decade ago still left a sour taste in everyone's mouths. It could be that just how the MCU was going just let the poor taste in people's mouths. I'm still looking forward to what Matt Shackman will do with Planet of the Apes. I think he will still do a good job. I agree, I also agree with this, Degrassi. I think they're gonna probably change this title. Hey, Blinded, good to see you, buddy. Hoping as all is well. We got a really legit chat happening right now. The Aaron World Order cult. We are a really legit group over here. More legit than some other people. Yikes for Fantastic Four. That makes sense. That will make sense because Spider-Man has a long history with the Fantastic Four. One of the fan favorite friendships is usually the Spider-Man Johnny Storm one. I think it's gonna depend on the end result of Doomsday and Secret Wars. I mean, I think regardless, this current Fantastic Four is gonna be in this MCU or new MCU because it's been reported that they're going to retool the MCU into a new universe where some versions of characters will stay, some will get rebooted. So I think that that'll be a possibility. Oh wow, that's interesting. Like Degrassi, do you mean that like the original version was gonna have Spider-Man appear in it, like in a similar role to how Iron Man was in Spider-Man: Homecoming, or do you mean by tone, like the tone of John Watts' Spider-Man movies? I am curious about that. I mean, I can see Spider-Man in a Fantastic Four movie, but I don't know. Would John Waltz have done that so early? I am curious about that. Oh, he was gonna co-star. Okay. I mean that would be interesting. That would make sense. Like for people that don't follow comics, they don't realize that the Fantastic Four had made a lot of appearances early on, like in the early Spider-Man comics in the Stanley Steve Ditko era. Like one of the first villains that Spider-Man did fight, it was Amazing Spider-Man 5, was Doctor Doom. Like that early on in Spider-Man's crime fighting career, before Spider-Man ever fought Green Goblin, Mysterio, like right before the Lizard. The Lizard was in Amazing Spider-Man 6. Doom first fought Spider-Man in Amazing Spider-Man 5. Spider-Man encountered Doctor Doom. Before that, Spider-Man had only encountered the Chameleon, Vulture, Tinkerer, and Doc Ock, and Sandman as well. It does make me wonder, like, because I don't know what's gonna happen with Secret Wars. Who's gonna make it? Who's not gonna make it? Like, who's gonna be stuck on Battle World and who's gonna be brainwashed? I feel like Tom Holland's Spider Man because it seems like he's gonna at least be in Secret Wars. I feel like he's gonna have a dynamic with at least one or two members of the Fantastic Four. I feel like that could start it. That's just my hypothetical guess. Oh, Aaron!
What's
Hey,
up?
how's it going? I just
What's
saw you.
up?
Sorry.
I would have come in earlier, but I had like a really late lunch, so I just finished.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yo, it feels like we're back in 2023.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Yes,
last
yes.
time I feel like I've had anyone on my channel. How you been? How you been?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I was obviously addressing stuff in the chat about like how John Watts originally wanted to have Spider-Man, and also about this Batman casting. Do you think this is it for the Batman casting?
Uh, Major character for the major roles. Yes. For for in, yes for the major roles. Yes. But for there might be surprises that they're intentionally keeping us surprised. Like when they announced when we had Barry Cohagen in the Batman Part Two, that was never announced officially. Like so we might have surprises like that. They're gonna keep under wraps until you see the movie.
Yeah, because like when I hear this casting, I'm thinking to myself, so I feel like this is going to be a very Harvey Dent themed movie.
Yeah.
Because like you've got the fiance slash wife. I don't know like what she's officially. It seems like she's probably going to be the wife, and you've got the father. And a lot of people don't really understand the background of the father, that he was abusive in the comics.
Yeah.
Like he was mentioned once in the Dark Knight when Harvey Dent said, "This is my dad's lucky coin," but he never mentioned like what his dad did to him and all that. And
Nope.
and Rachel basically played the role of Gilda in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much. Yeah. His father was an abusive cop and stuff like that. I believe in the comics, his father was an abusive cop and yeah, that's all much as I know. Um, and that the stem of the uh, Harvey Dent's multi-personality disorder did not just start when he became Two Face. It was like already there, buried deep in his mind. But right, and him becoming emotionally not emotionally scarred. Like he was kind of emotionally scarred a little bit, but when he became physically scarred with the Two Face face, had burnt, that's when it fully took over the persona, the multi-personal disorder. Exuberate, not exuberate, but not exaggerated, but quickly became the dominant force. It quickly it was like that the acid, whatever way becomes burnt, that was that was the final straw. That was the full-on catalyst of him becoming Two Face. And that personality disorder became a much more dominant force in his mind.
And there is a theory that I kind of have. I doubt it's going to be true. I feel like because I've seen Matt Reeves a couple times kind of take inspiration from the animated series. I feel like I don't know if you remember like when Two Face was created in Batman the animated series, the character Rupert Thorne.
Yes, yeah.
There's a part of me that wonders like could Rupert Thorne be in a small role that still connects to Harvey's origin?
And he did have a love interest in the animated series. It wasn't Gilda, it was a different, it was a made up
Yeah,
character for the show.
I remember. Well, wasn't there like before he became Two Face? Didn't like Poison? Wasn't like Poison Ivy his love interest before he became Two Face?
Yeah, he
I feel like
Poison Ivy set him up, yeah.
yeah, like I remember like it was like before he became Two Face.
Remember the episode where all the villains were playing poker and they're telling their stories, their encounters with Batman, and like Ivy and Two Face are bantering and Harvey is like, Two Face is like, part of me wants to, part of me wants to kiss you or something like that, and one part of me wants to strangle you or something. I don't know.
Gosh. Oh man.
That was a great episode. And the Joker was such an idiot in that episode because he screwed up everything because he let Batman live, and then Batman and the rest of GCPD had like the sting operation. They're all undercover and they're all they caught all the villains all at once. That was a great episode.
Well, I also see some people like the. This might be people joking. A lot of people think Brian Tyree Henry is going to be playing Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, there's some people believe. I mean, I created that. I suggested that too. That he might be Harvey Bullock. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, good point, Degrassi. Because I also brought up how like there's going to be some characters that probably won't be in the DCU for quite some time as long as this series goes on.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. Um, but you can't avoid that. They're both going to be the both universes eventually.
Oh, oh, I didn't know that Matt Reeves did that. I mean, I don't even think Bullock's ever even been in a Batman movie. Well, with the exception of Mask of the Phantasm, but live action.
No, there's been live
Like
action versions, but not movie wise.
I don't know. Like I remember some people suggested that like Officer Martinez was kind of like a like a like a version of Harvey Bullock that was made for movie.
No, he acts nothing like Harvey Bullock.
Yeah, like I think some people were kind of under the impression at first
Yeah.
because I was bringing up how like I don't know if people knew this, but Rupert Thorne was supposed to be the original crime boss before Joker in Batman '89,
Yes.
but then they replaced him with the film made character called Grissom.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, James Gunn did basically cast like for the animated like actors that he knew would look like
Well,
these
Rupert
characters. Like,
Rupert Thorne was in the Creature Commando show, like briefly.
yeah,
So he's in the DCU already.
but honestly, like, am I crazy for saying that that I'm looking more forward to the Batman Part Two and Man of Tomorrow than Secret Wars at the moment?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at Batman Part Two more than Man. I'm looking at Batman Part Two more than Secret Wars and Superman. I mean, like, I'm still looking at Secret Wars more than Superman, but Batman Part Two is takes the cake for me.
Okay, so at least I'm not the only
Yeah.
one that's looking forward to the Batman Part 2, because it's like this movie was supposed to come out, I think, this year and then next year.
Originally, it was supposed to. Apparently, the movie was 2025, then pushed back to 26, then 27.
Yeah. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it. It was supposed to come out on my birthday this year.
Yes, I heard that.
It was supposed to come out. That would have been such a fun 30th birthday thing to do. Now I gotta wait for my 31st birthday. 31 doesn't hit as hard as 30.
No, no. Secret Wars depends on Doomsday. I don't know, man. Like,
Yeah.
Doomsday.
Aaron, by the way, if you want, if you can see if Blinded wants to come on, if you, or if
Oh yeah, blind.
if you want to like send him a link.
Sure. How do I do invites on here again?
But because I see he's been in the chat. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to, but I would love to have him on if he's available. Yeah, see, that's what I said before, Blinded. It depends on Doomsday. Like right now, for me, it's the Batman Part 2, Man of Tomorrow, because Superman's still fresh in my mind. And I just want to see Brainiac on the big screen. And then Secret Wars. Oh, nice. Yeah, I guess you can send Blinded a link, because
I just did. Discord.
All right, because I all right. I never know where to reach him on Twitter or whatever.
He's on X. Don't worry, like he's.
Oh
there.
Yeah, he's on X. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the trailer tomorrow, man. We've got the Lanterns trailer tomorrow's dropping. George.
Yeah, I hear some people joking, saying we're finally showing green. You whiners. No, because it's like everyone was making such a big deal about the lack of green in that first teaser, and it's like, okay, but you do realize that it's called Lanterns.
And it's called a teaser. Yeah. You can't reveal everything in a teaser, man. So like, that's why it's called a teaser.
Well, the obvious suspects in nitpicking it was a certain person that looks like the guy that stole Woody from Toy Story 2.
Oh yeah.
And the Marvel bootlickers. And look, I love Marvel, but there are some people out there that do simp hard for Marvel that are taking little pot shots at what James Gunn's building.
Yeah.
And look, what James Gunn's building is not where Marvel was back in Phase 3 yet. But it's like at this current moment, people do seem more excited for DC because it feels it's a different beginning at the moment. Like I will remind everyone, Superman made more money than the Marvel movies did last year. It was the first time since 2008 that that a DC movie did better than all the Marvel movies. Like even when DC had billion-dollar hits like Dark Knight Rises and Aquaman, Marvel had Avengers and Infinity War.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the Batman still didn't do as well as Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, even though the Batman was the best comic book movie of the year.
Yes, but yes, it was. Definitely was. I mean, almost. I mean, it wasn't like a major gap between the box office between Doctor Strange and Batman. Batman was only 770 million. Doctor Strange was barely under 900. So it wasn't like, and I think what happened was like Batman came out 2 months earlier, and I still think in some places, in some areas, that there's still some COVID restrictions. Where when Doctor Strange came out, it's a little bit more relaxed.
Another thing. Well, no, I'll let you finish, and I'll share.
Because Blinded, I'm not sure, but when the Batman came out, did they do still the split seating because of COVID in March of 2022? Because I think they did. In Canada still. I think they still did in Canada, the split.
Oh, yeah, they didn't do the split in the United States because before that, No Way Home had came out, and my theater for No Way Home was packed.
Sure, yeah.
And my theater for the Batman was also packed.
We still had to wear masks and seeing the Batman. For Doctor Strange, I still Doctor Strange, I still wore a mask. It was really Thor: Love and Thunder when I stopped wearing the mask going to the movies.
I think for me, it was either Top Gun or Jurassic World Dominion.
Yeah, it was
It
December
was one
2000.
of it was like end of May, beginning of June.
Yeah, around that time. Yeah, summer of 2022 is when I stopped wearing a mask to the movies.
Well,
You know,
Degrassi, we already know who's going to be bashing on the trailer.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
That's a good question. I just noticed what Blinded said. Will Bullock be corrupt or just an ally?
The problem is there's so many cops in the Batman universe that's considered corrupt. It's like Officer Martinez is like not the oh, but Bullock could be Officer Martinez's arch enemy.
Well, here's the thing. I would like it to be where Bullock's a good cop, but he doesn't trust Batman like in the animated series.
Yeah,
Like I like that approach where he's a good cop, not a bad guy.
yeah, because he's like that in the animated series. He's he just doesn't trust Batman. He doesn't like vigilantes. I would like that too.
Confirmation confirmed that passenger seat has been added to the Batmobile. All right, we got some upgrades with the Batmobile.
Well, I mean, it's a regular. It was a muscle car anyway. I'm sure it had a passenger seat the whole time.
But I do want to add to like the Batman theater situation. I don't know how true this was, but apparently there was rumors that apparently they were pulling Batman from being showed in Russia at the time because at the time the Ukraine invasion happened.
That's true. That's true.
So like that was also something that happened. But I mean, I feel like people kicked excuses out the door because remember, Spider-Man No Way Home did not release originally in China and it still did very well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing. If Spider-Man No Way Home had a successful release in China, there's a good chance that could have been the highest grossing movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I do agree with Blinded's comment that from earlier that the Batman Part 2 is probably going to take place a month after Penguin.
Yeah, it seems like
which is crazy. Like, I mean, it's probably going to be noticeable that Bruce Wayne looks older within a couple months. Because, like, but here's the thing to also remember. Technically, the Batman originally started filming in 2020 before COVID hit.
Yeah.
So, in reality, a lot of what you see with Robert Pattinson was what Robert Pattinson looked like in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So, in reality, it's like 6 years later.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Blinded.
What's up? What's up?
What's up,
Tell you,
Blinded?
it's like,
how you doing, George?
I'm good. It's definitely 2023 all over again.
Yeah, it's been a while since we all came on your channel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, like I mean, we've always been we're still always on Aaron's channel, but
okay. Yeah, we still yeah.
We can hear you fine.
Have to...
Get him off the panel.
Oh, Red! Oh, come on, Red! By the way, Red is the first mod that I've created in a few years as well.
Leave text.
Oh my gosh! Oh my, Aaron, you probably saw what he was calling Melanie Mac in the chat. Melody Macaroni.
Melanie Macaroni. Yeah, we call her mac and cheese.
Oh my goodness.
Death doesn't belong here.
All right. Hey, listen, this is my most anticipated movie of 2020, Degrassi. So all you're doing is just adding the sprinkles on top.
It's gonna be so weird because like he was not very public, and then all of a sudden he's gonna act like a Playboy billionaire. It's like people are gonna be like, "Yeah, you're totally fake, Bruce. Like, stop it."
Or like maybe they'll suspect he's on drugs or something.
Yeah, it's like, are you high? It's your adrenaline.
Melanie unseasoned macaroni salad.
Macaroni. Melanie unseasoned.
But Blinded, what are your thoughts on these castings for the Batman Part 2?
Is he dead? Blinded. What happened? Are you dead? Did Red get you?
Oh gosh. Yo, Red was flipping out. Oh my gosh, Red. Oh my goodness.
He'll be back, don't worry. Blind will be back.
Oh wait, he's entering again. There's two of them.
Oh man.
Can I just remove the other one?
Yeah, you can remove the other one.
All right.
Which one's the other one?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's the other one. It's the other one. Get rid of the other one.
The first
The
one.
one on the one on the,
Not
the
On
bottom
the
right.
bottom right. Yeah.
All right. There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
Red.
I was saying, I mean, we knew some of the casting. The other ones kind of came at a surprise, I guess, because they weren't rumored or anything. I am kind of curious, like who, what's that actor's name? Was he in that Netflix show with the kid? I forget what the adolescence is. Was it that guy?
I
Who was
haven't
that?
wa- I don't
What
watch
was
that
that
show.
actor's name?
I haven't watched that show, so I don't know.
Do you know who I'm talking about? Who was it? That actor, or was it somebody else that got mixed up? There was another actor that got cast that was never rumored, and I wonder if he's like going to be a cop or something. He looks like he would probably play a cop. I mean, my only concern is like, I hope this isn't gonna like just be about Two-Face, because I kind of feel like we kind of already got Two-Face in this kind of, with the Dark Knight and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I
So,
mentioned.
and I kind of hope it kind of leads into something else. That's why I was saying, like, I hope they kind of take inspiration from, the new animated show that I always forget, Cape Crusader, with what they did with Two-Face and that, because I felt like that could definitely feel like a movie, where he's kind of like a vigilante, and in Absolute Batman, they're doing the exact same thing. This is Two-Face in Absolute Batman, my profile picture. So he's also going to be like this vigilante trying to deal justice, which, I mean, that was kind of a theme in the first movie with the Riddler, so I'm kind of hoping they do something similar and it's like a continuation. Because, yeah, that was one of my theories, was that I think this is going to take place like a month after the Penguin, so it's not going to be that, it's not going to be a lot of time since the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It's gonna be like a month after the Penguin. And you know what's funny? If all the Batman stuff and the future Batman projects is going to be like taking a year, why don't you just make it the origins for the Batman at DCU? Like, this, why not? If it's all within a year, just put it in the DCU, and then you have the whole Batman.
Well, they're not going to put it. They're not going to put it in the DCU.
So you see my point there. It's like, if it's not.
Yeah, if it was going to take place in a year, I mean, yeah, you could say, well, anything could happen, right?
Yeah. Like, really? Like, whatever. That's. But I'm okay with it being separate. But I do see.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I mean, if it was, I feel like they would have said by now. I mean, they could still change their plans. I mean, but I don't know. We are getting Clayface, so I think that kind of is gonna solidify their DCU Batman.
I wonder if there's still a chance we could get like a version of the Batman Clayface. Because technically, they kind of gender bent that character.
Yeah.
And
I think it was more of an Easter egg than it was the actual character.
Yeah, but it was an Easter egg, but it's like such a big, obvious Easter egg. Like, it's like an Easter egg you can't just ignore. Right? Like, because it's not just the name, but it's also the disguises. It's kind of like the old-fashioned, like the old kind of Clayface that they use in the Cape Crusader. Obviously, she's not an actor, but that Clayface uses disguises, right? But yeah, it was
what happened to George?
What?
Step away.
He's there.
No, I'm still here. No, I had to fix.
I can't hear him.
I had to fix something because my.
Did you guys hear me? That's so weird. What's going on with StreamYard?
I can hear you.
I hear you.
I can hear you. I just can't hear George.
Yeah,
But
that's
you can
weird.
hear George. I wonder if George can
Oh,
hear me.
I didn't hear him talking, but I was hearing him type.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
We
I
can hear you.
I had to get up for a second because like my window fan, like the curtain was in the way because I was starting to feel a little hot, so I was trying to like adjust it.
It's hot here too, man. It's like,
Yeah, like it's weird. It's like this has been such a weird May.
Mhm.
It's a few days of summer, a few days of like
Yeah, I still can't hear him.
Are you sure? I can hear you. I can hear George.
No, I can't hear him at all. That's so weird.
yo,
I can
what
hear
the
you
heck?
both. I can hear both of you.
I'll have to leave again. Oh my gosh, this is, I don't know what's going on with
You can hear
StreamYard.
me. You can
Yeah,
hear
I
me.
can hear you, but I can't hear George. Hold on, I'll come back.
George can hear me. I can hear George. I can hear Blind.
Yeah, that's weird. Unless Red is sabotaging the show.
Yeah, stop sabotaging the stream, Red.
Could you imagine Red hijacking? Okay, here he comes. Yo, by the way, I just realized when I sent the StreamYard link, I sent it to like a DM group that's rarely even used anymore. I didn't send it to the other one that we
Oh.
use more often.
Yeah.
I see.
You know, because like I guess like when I was like sending the stream link for people to watch, that must have been the last DM group that I sent it to.
Here's
So it
the
was
thing,
like-
though. The DM groups don't. Ever since the change, the DMs don't particularly let us know if something gets sent in the groups in the DMs anymore.
Yeah, like
it's selective.
it used to like. Here's the thing. It used to like you would see like numbers and be like, oh, how many
Yeah.
messages did I miss from how many DM groups?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially on the laptop or just a regular computer, it does not do a good job. You have to check your phone because the phone usually is good. Blinded?
I mean, I
Oh, yeah.
usually keep notifications off, so when I go on, then I check and see what people say.
Mm-hmm.
Blinded, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know
All
why
right.
it was doing that.
I was gonna say I was making a joke saying maybe Red sabotaged the stream.
Nah, it's StreamYard. StreamYards
That's it.
is kind of weird.
I thought Red was Japan. Wouldn't he be asleep by now? Would he be sleeping?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
would be sleeping.
Oh, I mean, Degrassi wants to know if there was any thoughts on the Boys series finale leaks. I didn't see it, by the way.
Yeah, I
so-
saw the leaks. I thought, I mean, I thought if it is true, I mean, well, I guess people got the moment that they wanted to see, or they thought it wasn't going to happen. But this one, I feel like is even going to be like, I'm like, God damn, that's fucking crazy, what he does. I think I mean, well, I don't want to spoil it, but I guess it's okay. I mean, it's ending. We'll move on. I mean, I have a video on it. So I'll probably get it. You know, you'll probably see my thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't know about this spin-off with Soldier Boy. I don't know. And the Boys Mexico too. They're saying that the Deep is going to be in there. Like, fuck off. I'm sorry. I don't want to swear on George's channel. I'm sorry.
You can swear. You can swear.
I'm not monetized, so
You don't
you're
get-
not costing me anything.
You know.
Yeah, but I know you try to keep your thing more clean than.
Even if you're
Yeah.
monetized, it won't do anything.
I mean, well, listen, I was saying Doomcock's name before, so
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I mean, like, I'm monetized and I swear all the time. It doesn't affect me at all. Trust
Yeah,
me.
I know you're okay with it. Some people. I know
Yeah.
George. You know. Tends
well,
to
like
keep it clean,
here's
but-
the thing, because like I've only been coming back to streaming the last few weeks, so a lot of people that used to watch the streams probably aren't around anymore, so I'm not that
Yeah.
worried. I mean, if new people come in, get used to the swearing. Like,
Okay,
it's
man.
not
Well-
like that's basically like when I do swear. Like, people know that I do swear.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I
it's not my channel. I know Aaron lets me say whatever because I go off.
Yeah, same.
And then on my
same here.
channel, it's like I just say whatever.
No,
like,
there
we go-
were
Way too crazy.
well, Aaron, you remember when we used to be on the Movie Madness Entertainment channel? That's where we had to watch what we had to say.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
like-
that
Like
freaking
that, like
Sad
back,
Max
like
channel.
that. Then we had to watch what we had to say. For me, it's like I just don't want like I just want to watch like certain things to say, but like curse words is like that's not a big
Mhm.
deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of going back to what we were talking about the boys, like the boys in Mexico and all that stuff. It seems like there's going to be characters from the show who just moved to that show, and they're going to have like a new cast of characters too with them. So I don't really know it. And it also seems like, based on the leaks, like certain people don't die. Like a pretty major character doesn't die. Which I feel like is kind of disappointing because they kind of were like alluding to this person dying in the most recent episode. So I don't know. I don't really care anymore. I think the boys did kind of like, especially this season, it really did feel like they didn't have the budget to really capitalize on the idea, and as a
Hmm.
result, they had to focus on the character building, which is good. The characters are good. It's just like we want to actually see them do stuff. Like we actually want to see them go balls to the walls, so to speak, right? And I feel like this season really didn't do that.
Hmm.
Like it did that in the first episode, but again, to avoid spoilers, they killed the character that everybody was like, well, this character is definitely going to get killed off. So, and it felt like he should have gotten killed off quite a while ago. It is what it is. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I won't spoil the leaks, but they're pretty brutal, I guess. Like it's like, okay, we're finally going for it, even though he really should have been doing this entire season. The boys was supposed to what? What did he say? Be like 3 seasons?
Well, no, he
Is
said
that
the
what he said?
boys lost me. Like he kind of
Season
dipped.
3.
Yeah. Well, some people on the boys subreddit were saying that the show should have ended at season 3. Like it was intended to actually end in season 3, but Amazon wanted it to continue. Which I mean, if that is true, I guess
Mhm.
looking back on it, yeah, I think season 4 had ups and downs. But I think season 5 really was like, yeah, I think they did drag this out. Like they really never they didn't really have the budget anymore to do the powers, to do the special effects. It's just kind of like,
Really? No budget? I mean, Amazon's cheap then, man, because Amazon's falling in
well,
money.
this is not really, I don't think this is Amazon who is also, this is Sony too. Sony's the one
Oh,
who
it's a
owns
Sony.
the boys.
Also, so Amazon
Yeah,
is
it's
just
like
the Amazon's just
Amazon
the
and Sony.
so Amazon is basically this distributor.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, makes sense.
So yeah, I don't know. Well, I mean, it does seem like it's going to be a decent finale, but at the same time, it feels like the entire season was just leading up to this point. And I even said in my last stream, because Quanzium was saying it, I said that the Mandalorian and the boys should have been in the reverse positions. The boys should have gotten a movie because there was really, I mean, they didn't need to stretch out the story like this. We could have done an entire movie where Homelander thinks he's God, all these action sequence happens, right? Um, Soldier Boy shows up,
Hmm.
and like I feel like it could have worked as a movie. You could have structured it way better, and I feel like The Mandalorian should have gotten a final season. And I mean, we still haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, so we'll see. But I still think The Mandalorian movie itself just doesn't. There's really nothing there to even make a movie. Like the show was already movie quality. I don't really, other than we haven't gotten a Star Wars movie, and they probably are like, we need a Star Wars movie just because for whatever reason.
I just saw the stupidest post from Discussion Film. Sterling K. Brown, like Sterling K. Brown endorses the fan cast for Martian Manor, saying, "Oh,
I just
Yeah,
saw that as well.
I'm like, you're like 2 or 3 days late, Discussion Film."
yeah, I know. He said that a couple of days ago now.
Yeah,
Well, now
I mean,
supposedly Martian Manhunter is in the movie, according to
then
Daniel
RPK.
RPK.
Oh yeah, the actor
Yeah.
says it. Then I know RPK comes out of the
Well,
report.
here's the thing.
Scoop.
Oh my goodness, yo, my first episode, Aaron. I don't know if you saw the first episode of this new
I
series
did.
that I'm
I
doing.
did. You
Oh
talk
yeah,
about the
like
scooper, so I know you.
I
Yeah,
am so sick and tired of the Daniel RPKs. and My Time to Shine hellos. Like, did you see like the stuff they like My Time to Shine hello was saying about Shrek 5?
What
Yeah.
was she saying? She was saying that they changed the story because of her. Was it that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that was so stupid. Yes, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, that's what the people working on the Shrek movie decide. Yeah, we gotta rewrite the whole story. My time to shine spoiled everything. We gotta rewrite the whole thing.
Well, here's the thing. My Time to Shine. I don't want to say what. I'll tell you guys about it like off stream because like in case anyone's watching, I don't want to spoil. But she keeps saying a certain character is gonna die in Doomsday, and it's like okay, but here's the thing. Even if that character's supposed to die, shouldn't that be an I did not see that coming moment to shock the audience?
You know what?
Wait, what? I never seen this. Could you put it in the chat in the
Okay.
private
Oh
chat?
yeah. I'll tell you in the
It's kind
chat.
of
Like,
old. Okay, the
I
Yeah,
never
I'll
seen
tell
that
you.
though. I never seen it.
Yeah,
Well,
like she keeps saying like this Marvel character is gonna be in Doomsday, but they're gonna die and like acting like it's a big spoiler. And it's like whether it's true or not. First of all, if it's not true, that means you're basically just lying to the people. But let's say if it
Right.
is true, then you're giving a big spoiler out there. It's like I kind of compared it to, you know, if My Time to Shine Hello was around in 2015 before Force Awakens came out, they would have immediately spoiled that Han Solo was gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
If they were around when Spider-Man Homecoming came out, they would have
they would've.
immediately spoiled that Vulture was Liz's dad.
They would have spoiled. Their whole MO is to spoil everything.
But it's like they're also hiding behind these paywalls, and that's what's crazy.
Yeah, they get all this money from all the bullshit.
Avengers Doomsday does not need these things to come out for people to get to see the movie. It just the title sells itself. Like,
Yeah, hold on. Did you put it in the private chat?
I just did.
I seen that.
okay.
I seen that. Yeah, over and over.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
Like,
I actually did not see that. I saw
have.
that the character was in the movie,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
I didn't know.
because-
I didn't see.
Because
them
here's the
say
thing.
that.
Here's the thing
I've
about
seen
it.
it.
First of all, the character hasn't been officially announced, so it's like
Right.
why you keep saying that a character that hasn't
Well-
been officially announced by Marvel.
Yeah, and that's a massive spoiler too.
Because here's the thing: what if Marvel's waiting for them to be showing the movie as a surprise, or to do a trailer that shows them
yeah.
in it at the end?
I don't
as
think
a
they
way
would
to
put that
confirm
in
them.
a trailer.
That's exactly.
Well,
I agree with you, Blind.
not what happens to the character, but maybe show the character.
I don't even think the character would appear in a trailer.
But
I
here's
agree.
the other thing: this character. They also keep saying this character is going to come back for Secret Wars regardless. So it's like, so why the heck do you keep saying this?
I mean, when they say like a character dies, that's another thing too that I don't understand. Is like,
This is the fakest
if
thing.
this
man.
is supposed to be no. If this is supposed to be based on the Secret Wars, that Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars, then nobody dies.
Exactly.
It's just that the characters, like, and the characters die as in if a character wasn't on the raft, then they got integrated into part of Battle World, right? And they had to live under Doomsday, Doctor Doom, right? And so saying a character dies in Doomsday, like that doesn't really mean much. That doesn't mean like they're gonna kill off the character completely.
I still expect. Yeah. I still expect some characters to die. Like,
No, none of these characters are gonna die. They're poor. Like the whole point is, like I said, if this isn't supposed to be inspired by Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars,
I'm
then
saying that.
nobody dies.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's inspired by that, but I'm just saying that I'm based it on what the actors want to do after this, because like not everything is gonna be based on not one for one. So
No,
I
but
think
I mean the whole premise is what I'm saying. Like, if you kill off a character in Doomsday, or you kill off certain characters and they don't appear in Secret Wars, that kind of defeats the entire point. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, the whole point is that they get integrated into the world, and as a result, they've been living there. Like, they were living a different life, right? And and if those concept arts was true, that means, I mean, yeah, the characters that you see in the concept art that was walking around in the village, those characters died, right? Hulk, She-Hulk, those characters died. They never got on the raft. Whereas, like, the concept, like I said, this all depends if the concept art was true, which it did look true. It looked real. Like I don't know how anybody could have faked that. It didn't look
Yeah,
AI.
see, like Degrassi, like what they're gonna do? I think when they release Endgame in September, there's gonna be some footage in there that's gonna tie it all into Doomsday. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they have
Aaron,
I
like
think it's
Doctor
going to be
Doom.
about Captain
It's
America.
coming out in
That
September.
yeah, September, yeah, and I'm just basing on because like it depends on the actors and actresses if they want to continue on, right? I mean, I
Well,
don't think
after
any.
Secret Wars, they don't have to continue
Yeah,
on. But I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, if like those characters would show up in cameos and you could see them integrated into the world,
I
like
think
they could have a Spider Island world. They could have a,
I
a Hulk. Well, it seems like they have a Hulk world because there was in the concept art
it's a-
they have a bunch of Hulks walking around. They could have the Thor corpse, right, where there are a bunch of police officers as Thor. I mean, why would they be like, we're now going to kill off a major character like that who could easily just show up in the background for people?
Well, well, because this wasn't reported by My Time to Shine. Hello, it was reported by. It looks like one of those like bot counts on Facebook. Someone's trying to claim that apparently like when Battle World happens, there's gonna be like a New York like Kingdom Realm, and Willem Dafoe's
Yeah.
Green Goblin's gonna rule it. Like I don't know if anyone's heard that one yet.
no,
I didn't
no,
hear that one.
no, because
No, like it's one of those like Facebook like things that
Yeah,
like,
that's
they
just
recommend.
stuff they
I've
take.
seen that.
It's all speculation and
I don't think we're gonna get William the full Green Goblin coming back. I think it's just gonna be a one-time thing.
I wouldn't put it past it. I mean, we don't
But
really know, right?
Yeah,
If it's a quick cameo, William
he's-
Dafoe is not like a lot of other actors. He
but
would
he's
probably
but-
do it.
he's kind of
He likes playing Green Goblin. He when he
Yeah.
came back, he said, "I'm only gonna come back if I do the stunts." Like most actors would
Yeah.
say.
If
Like,
If you
"I
were
wanna
saying
do
like
this
you
stunt."
saw Ben Affleck's Daredevil, like yeah, I would find that hard to believe because I don't know if he would want to do that. But like William Dafoe coming back as in a cameo and ruling like just like a brief cameo, I mean I don't think he would say no to that.
Well,
He doesn't sound
No,
like that kind of
There
actor.
have to be a different because I remember No Way Home.
All of the but this is the whole but that's the whole point of Secret Wars is that they're all different characters. They got reincarnated. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
say.
true.
Nobody dies. They got reincarnated. Like Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was the sheriff who was working with Doctor Doom. And he had recollect. Well, he was one of the few people who remembered what happened before. So there's probably,
Marvel
and this is
can't
why I'm
really-
saying that there's probably going to be a character. Maybe it's Doctor Strange, maybe it's not. We don't really know. Some people were saying that Molecule Man, because Molecule Man hasn't been in the MCU, that would be the Void, because he's like the most powerful. And based on what we know, the Void is supposed to play a significant role in Doomsday. And so it could be that Doctor Doom and potentially Doctor Strange. There was a rumor that Doctor Strange is actually in Doomsday,
Yes,
and
I
they
know
just
that.
haven't announced him. But he's
Yeah.
like
well,
one
it's
of
like
the
it's
major
been
characters.
like an on and off kind of thing where it's like,
No,
oh,
he's
I'm
in
not
it.
gonna be in it. It's like, oh wait, I am gonna be in it.
I don't remember if he said anything about that. Benedict.
No,
No,
it was
I
like-
do. I do
It was
remember
like
well.
back in like it was after like the rumors of Chris Evans. Like remember there was the rumors back in late 2024, early 2025.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Around that time, I think there were rumors that Benedict Cumberbatch was gonna be in it, and he was like denying it, but then he was taking
I
a step
remember-
back from denying it.
I remember
Hmm.
in 2023, before the strikes, he said in an interview that he's supposed to schedule the film to doing another Marvel movie.
But, I mean,
remember
that was also before Doomsday was.
Yeah.
They replaced the King Dynasty with Doomsday.
I think what he meant by that in 2020, I think there was supposed to be a third Doctor Strange in between, and they decided, let's delay that because the strikes came in and all that changed. So yeah, I think he's in it. So
I think he's in it. I think he would be the character that he's like, I knew what was going on. And I think he's going to have, I mean, well, again, if we're going based on what the comic did, I would assume he
mean,
has a significant
encouraging
relationship with Doctor Doom.
Yeah, because if there's Courage is one of the major storylines in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and that's gonna be part of Doomsday. So of course he should be in it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's right.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
The Marvel cameo
Cameos,
universe.
Well, the whole point of Secret Wars is like you can't like what is really the point of Secret Wars? It's just to have all these characters
on
in the
movie.
background, right? I mean, obviously there would be a major story, but that
It's just
I feel like the whole freaking idea of Secret Wars
it's
really could have been an entire saga, but
it's
they're trying to.
Endgame with more people.
No, I know it's the idea is way better than whatever
I
Endgame
know,
was.
I
That
know,
was
but the
like
ending,
them
the
going
ending.
through time and seeing, like that was like whatever. This is like it's like a what if scenario where it's like you can have characters dress up weird and do things like they're on different parts of this in this world, right? Like they had the shield which has all the villains. Like I feel like you could do that in the movie. Like you can even have like well again like the cameos would come in. Like it just seems like uh, it, an easy idea to execute. You just have to get the actors to do it right.
Mm.
I mean, obviously the MCU never had Venom, but Venom was like in the Shield. He was like in the underground with all the zombies and all the other villains.
They could have Venom. I mean, they could have kept Tom Hardy in it, and they could have done stuff with Tom
They
Hardy.
could still they could actually do that if
could
they
have
want
they,
to.
yeah they
There's
can
no
probably
that's
have,
not depending on continuity. Who cares if he's not Venom when we last saw him? That's not the point of the Secret
well,
Wars, right?
well like if Secret Wars, like let's just say like they're like reimagining, it's like there's a good chance that like we don't know what other universes are getting destroyed and messed with
Exactly.
before. So there's a good chance that like elements from other universes could be thrusted into this universe.
Right.
Like take like with the Spider-Man for example. Let's just say because this isn't something that Scoopers just said. This is something that comic book movie has rumored that apparently like Toby, Tom, Hugh, and Ryan Reynolds are going to be like the four main stars in it. And people are asking, what about Andrew Garfield? Well, what if Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man's the one on Battle World? What if that's the one that doesn't have that has a new set of memories? That's possible. We don't know what happened to his
Yeah,
universe.
you don't know what characters would just show up, and like I said, it's all just set dressing. And I feel like if Marvel didn't
Well-
butcher the multiverse thing, this should have been an entire saga. Like there should have been other stories that
I
we
think
saw.
people's expectations are so high they expect almost everybody to be in the movies. I'm like keep your
Nicolas
expectations
Cage's
low.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, like
I mean, honestly, if I got to be honest, I think that is that has to be the expectation because they've been like holding out on certain characters, and like I said, the whole point in Battle World is this mixed idea of all these different universes being combined, and so it's like
well,
this now is the time. You're never
You
going to
said-
get that again, so you might as well go for it.
because you
Who cares
mentioned
if it costs
Oh,
you
you
$1 million
mentioned-
dollars?
you mentioned 2 minutes ago or 2 or 5 minutes ago about like how you felt the Secret Wars should be like
Yeah.
the whole thing, saga, not just one movie. That's because they're rushing everything. They're trying to.
Well,
get
that's because people got sick of the multiverse, and so
Yeah.
nobody wants to see all this stuff, right?
because
But in hindsight, the multiverse should have been not alluded to or hinted at anytime soon until they got to these Avengers movies.
Because they realized it was
See-
all over the place, and some of the stuff didn't make sense. And
Here's what they should have done. They should have like done an Avengers movie before Doomsday and Secret Wars. Like they should have done like a new Avengers
Yeah,
with like the new team to kind of, and then maybe do some movies in between that are more multiversal themed.
yeah,
Like here's the thing: if I was to have done the multiverse saga, I would have done it where maybe the first two phases you have maybe at least one multiverse project. So phase 4, that would be, or like 1 or 2. Like phase 4, it would just be Loki and No Way Home. Then phase 5 would just be maybe that's when I do Multiverse of Madness and something else that's multiverse, like Deadpool, Wolverine.
Right.
And then maybe phase 6 is where more multiverse with a few grounded projects are happening, because in reality there hasn't really been a whole lot of multiverse to begin with.
no, and it was
Like,
all
when you-
bad. The ones that they did,
Yeah.
it was just like surface level. Like
They
we're gonna
did-
do
they-
cameos and stuff, and
they were making it confusing too, all over the place. The multiverse stuff, like it was not
yeah.
it was not consistent. It was like it was in turmoil, and
Yeah, and then Kang should have never been a multiverse villain. He's not. He's a time traveling villain who has different versions of himself in different time periods. But then trying to like simplify that into variants.
You know,
Listen, Kang was never. I'm sorry, Kang is not a good fucking villain in the comics to begin with. That was a character
you
they
know
should
who
have
you know who did this exact
avoided.
same you know who did the exact same thing with the time traveling villain in you know Legends of Tomorrow did that the first season of Vandal Savage.
Yeah, but like Kang should have just been a Fantastic Four villain for a movie, and have
Yeah,
that instead of it being this like uh I don't know, this Hydra-esque villain where we kill one then another one pops up. Like they never should have done that. That was a bad idea. That's not equivalent to Thanos. People like Thanos because of his philosophy and his motivations. Kang, I couldn't even freaking tell
yeah,
you
because
his motivations
the
in.
Thanos. Because if you got the Thanos from the comics, nobody would like that Thanos. We needed this
Well, I
Thanos.
don't know if people would have disliked that version of Thanos, but the Thanos as a character, I mean, first off, Thanos in the comic is still better than in Kang. Kang as
Yeah,
a character
Yeah.
is so all over the place over the years. Um, it just never made any sense like why they picked Kang. Like what was so compelling about Kang other
he's
than
Avengers villain, Fantastic Four Avengers villain. You know
well,
that's
he's a
why.
yeah, but there's
Right.
tons of Avengers villains that they could have done. That was it's just like I don't know what the logic was behind that. Like let's make Kang a multiverse villain. Like no, that
Well,
was stupid.
I don't think Marvel understood the difference between time travel and multiverse. I
Well, they
don't.
did. The time travel isn't integrated into the multiverse. It's just confusing.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing. This started back in Endgame where their rules of time travel were we're gonna go back in time, but we're gonna create a different timeline. We're gonna
Yeah,
create a different branch. So it's like their time's not affected, but there's gonna be a new version of 2014 where because Thanos was dusted away, now that 2014 they won't have the Infinity War threat.
right.
and it would say it doesn't. Um, yeah, I mean, but that doesn't mean but the 2004 Thanos that's been defeated is not going to be an Infinity War threat because obviously, but
I
it doesn't
mean,
change
look,
anything.
Civil War's probably still going to happen. Age of Ultron's probably going to still happen
But
in that universe, but there's not going to be the Infinity War. The dust isn't
yeah,
going to happen.
so yeah, when they got rid of 2014 Thanos, that's not going to change that. It didn't change anything um in the current 2019 timeline, right? It will just change the 2014
Yeah,
timeline. So that's why it's not like they said the
because
Back
that
to the
was
Future.
the reason why Tony Stark was hesitant to do the time travel at first, because it's like, how do you do the time travel without losing what I
Yeah,
got, which was a daughter?
Mm.
So because think about it, like Morgan Stark wasn't the only child born after the snap. There were other children that were born after the snap where
and
it's
they,
like, oh, if we do time travel, we're basically getting rid of all these newborns.
Right.
yeah. That's why they did. They said like, oh yeah, what about wouldn't that change our reality? And they're like, no, that's only the movies. Basically, they basically said like in Back to the Future as an example. But
Mm.
that's where DC is different. DC changing time does affect things, right?
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, if there's one thing the Flash movie did get right is like it did like change the
yes,
timeline.
yes, because
I'll,
George
I'll get
Clooney
I'll
was
give the
like,
I'll give the Flash movie that. But it's like
consequences.
I'm very skeptical like of these changes they're gonna make to Endgame, because it's like, is it me or is this giving you like a George Lucas kind of vibe where how Lucas was making all these changes to the original trilogy
Hmm.
to kind
Hmm.
of like fit into the prequels better?
Yeah,
That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting right now. It's like we're gonna George Lucasify this thing where we're gonna add these scenes to kind of connect to what's coming up. Like the things they've been saying about Doomsday and how it's like Endgame was the true predecessor. It's like, but wait a minute, you're acting like we don't need to watch all these other movies, but these characters from Thunderbolts are going to be in there. The Fantastic Four are going to be in there. But it's like, we know Thor: Love and Thunder still happen because Thor's has his daughter Love in
It's-
Doomsday.
I mean, technically, it is a sequel to Endgame because it's Avengers, the fifth Avengers movie.
Oh yeah,
so
but I'm
which is-
just saying it's
Yeah.
like the way they're talking about it, it feels
Yeah.
like they kind of just want to forget about everything else that came
Yeah.
in between.
They can't. You can't. Well, they know that they can't. They can't.
No, they can because it's like you're still including new characters like Shang-Chi and Yelena.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's not the first time they kind of ignore some of the stuff.
oh yeah, sure, but it's like their approach to Doomsday. This is why I'm cautiously optimistic because on one hand, I'm excited to see Robert Downey Jr. play Dune. I'm excited to see the X-Men
Yeah.
come back. I'm excited. Oh, Shang-Chi's gonna come back. I'm excited to see this character come back and this character. But it's like, but it feels like maybe I'm it feels like a Rise of Skywalker Last Jedi situation where they're gonna do course correcting.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting. I always said Rise of Skywalker's big mistake was spending half its time course correcting from Last Jedi.
Yeah.
I
don't
And
know
it's
if they're
like-
going to course correct with Marvel. I feel like they're just going to. I mean, let's be honest. Just like how Marvel and DC normally does, it's just like a retcon. Where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, this still fits in with what makes sense, right? And honestly, there is a big gap of the story because, I mean, the advantage that they have is we don't know what happened to Steve Rogers, right?
Yeah,
And
that
I
is
think that's
true.
what they're going to use that as a way to kind of bring in Doctor Doom. That Doctor Doom is probably in another universe somewhere. We don't know what version. Is he the
Mhm.
Fantastic Four's Doctor Doom? Is he a different version? It seems like maybe he is, because it seems like there was a leak that we're gonna go to Doomstad, right? We're gonna be in his castle
Yeah.
and see all of that. So, and I mean, we did technically, I mean, we did get a
Oh,
hint
Latveria.
of that because
Latveria
of
is
the
going to be in the
posters.
movie. Latveria will be in the movie.
Yeah,
Like for sure.
You know what I find funny? There's these rabbit holes that I've been noticing ever since Dune was confirmed for Doomsday and Secret Wars, where people are saying Dune has been hinted all this time. Dune has always been in the shadows, and it's like, when?
yeah,
did
we
they
all-
hit that?
yeah.
When Kang went away, when Jonathan Majors got in
Like,
trouble.
and do not say he was hinted in Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four First Steps.
Well,
because
Kevin Feige, I call Feige a liar here, saying, yeah, we were going to change Kang. We realized Kang wasn't working.
no, you did that because Jonathan Majors got
Yeah.
into trouble. Listen, I guarantee if Jonathan Majors did not get into trouble, like they were still going to use Kang.
Yeah.
When
No,
Jonathan Majors got into trouble, Marvel
Well,
was in a
I think if he didn't get into trouble, they still would have. I think they still would have done this because, let's be honest, the major problem they saw that Ant-Man was a flop, and Kang was in that movie, and I think for them to move forward when people was like, yeah, this ain't really gonna work, right?
Yeah.
And then he kind of got sidetracked in Loki, and whether that was reshoots or whatever. I mean, it's still just, I don't know. There really wasn't anything compelling to Kang, and to continue it just for sake of continuing when, listen, if Ant-Man did better, I think they would have continued.
yes.
But the fact that it didn't, I think they were looking for a way out. They knew that this wasn't going to work.
I think Ant-Man might be Marvel's biggest, in their mind, biggest flaw. Biggest flaw.
I mean, it was
Yeah.
WrestleMania at the end when Kang started beating down on Scott.
Well, it was their biggest flop because internally they thought this was their best movie since what, Endgame?
Yeah,
Like,
well,
that's what they were, like, what the hell were they smoking for them to say that internally? Like, seriously.
They were hyping this movie up. Like, well, here's the thing: they were saying every movie was their best movie since Endgame.
That's
They
true.
said
No.
that-
Internally, no. Internally, they actually thought this was their best movie. I know people always say that, and it's like, oh, this is their best movie.
That's promoting.
Yeah, and they promote it in their trailers. But like, genuinely speaking, the people who worked on this movie and the executives and all,
Marvel
like, they screened it.
themselves.
They thought it was, yeah, Marvel themselves thought it was their best movie since Endgame, which is freaking nuts that they thought of that, and that just kind of showed you that they really don't know what people liked. And to be honest, why didn't they say that about Guardians 3 or Deadpool? Like, I don't even
those were a
know.
lot better.
Yeah,
Those were movies that audiences liked a lot. Critics seem to like them.
right.
Like the thing is, first of all, what's funny is like, what movie also came out the same year as Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium that the studio was hyped up about? The Flash. Like, remember David Zaslav thought this was going to be a huge success.
Well, they all thought the Flash was going to be some major hit.
That bombed worse than Ant-Man.
I'm surprised nobody brings this up. You know what a major problem with Ant-Man is? It's not how good or bad the movie is. The title, Ant-Man. Nobody wants to see a movie with a hero named Ant-Man.
But Ant-Man, this was the third Ant-Man movie, so they kept going.
But it's like
the other Ant-Man movies, I do think they were just whatever movies.
When people hear Ant-Man, they think it's a joke.
Here's the truth of the Ant-Man movie.
Right?
You look at when the first two Ant-Man movies came out. They came out July 2015, July 2018. They came out after big Avenger movies. Ant-Man came out after Age of Ultron. Ant-Man and the Wasp came out after Infinity War. They were enjoyable small adventures that were coming out after the big event movie.
I'm surprised.
That was basically the purpose of the first two Ant-Man movies. Be a smaller scale, more lighthearted, fun adventure after the more emotional big event movie. And what they did was they took that and made it into a big event movie that was never meant to be.
I'm actually surprised the second Ant-Man movie made less than I originally thought, because I thought it would carry the momentum of Black Panther in
Infinity War.
Infinity War. I thought it would be more than it actually made, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it should have. In my opinion, it should have.
I mean, I can't. Like, I know it got good reviews, but it wasn't getting like amazing reviews.
No.
Like, here's the thing: Black Panther was getting like glowing reviews. Like, people forget Black Panther was getting like all these
that was getting
reviews.
a lot of praise.
And Infinity War, because it was Infinity War, was gonna do well regardless of the reception.
I thought it would have a dominant effect on Ant-Man.
Like, well, I mean, it could have, but I think in reality, Ant-Man Scott Lang is basically just a comedic character that fans enjoy, but it's like they don't love him.
I just think the name Ant-Man is kind of the character that people like. It's like, well, that's the name of the character. Ant-Man. That's just a joke, Like, it's not like a sexy name, Like, people are gonna drive the movies to see about.
But also, Ant-Man. Here's the other thing. Ant-Man, like, he doesn't have big characters. Don't appear in the Ant-Man movies.
That's
like,
true.
It's not like there's someone in there.
I said Falcon.
Falcon. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Falcon. Yeah. Okay, like, sure, Falcon's a big enough character that Ant-Man's gonna make $1 billion.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Like, see, like, here's the thing. Like, this is like, if you look at the Spider-Man movies, at least have significant Marvel characters appearing in there. The first one had Iron Man. The second one had, Nick Fury, even though it turned out to be a Skrull, but we assumed it was Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson. The third one had Doctor Strange in it, and of course the two Spider-Man, but Doctor Strange alone was enough to probably also get at least a lot of seats in. And then this fourth one's going to have Punisher and Bruce Banner in it. So it's like, the reality is like, when you look at Ant-Man compared to other Marvel characters, not even just Spider-Man, you like compare the fact that like in Thor Ragnarok, they were able to get Hulk and even Doctor Strange for a little bit in there. Ant-Man's never been a big priority for them.
No, Ant-Man really should have never been a priority for them.
And look, I get it. As I said before, they're fun, enjoyable, smaller scale movies, but they're really just meant to be that like in between, like the big event movies, that like nice calm break. Because you had Age of Ultron, then you had Ant-Man, and then you had Civil War.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like here's the thing. Now, I do think Ant-Man and the Wasp was better than Captain Marvel. But Captain Marvel, because like that was technically the last movie to come out before Endgame, still did well because it was the last movie. I think maybe if Ant-Man and the Wasp maybe was that last movie to come out before Endgame, I don't think it would have made $1 billion. But it would have probably done better.
Captain Marvel had the best position. Captain Marvel was in the best position of any Marvel movie.
It was, and then its sequel had the biggest drop off from a.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. That's
man. Well, I was talking about before you guys came on. Like I was talking about how like Grace Randolph like saying the Brie Larson hate's still alive. Like people don't really do Brie Larson hate videos anymore.
No, they're doing the quartering hate videos.
Brie Larson hate. They haven't done Brie Larson hate videos in years. I don't know. Like
they haven't. Like here's the thing. Like Geeks and Gamers is actually more positive towards Brie Larson nowadays.
Because of Mario.
That's hilarious.
Because like DJ Cobra, Jeremy Griggs, like he'll say like, oh, she's gonna be a good Brie Larson. I mean, good Rosalina. She did a pretty good job. Like they actually like got sim for her, but they
say two lines. We're saying like 2 lines in the whole film.
Well, here's the thing: they'll hype up any movie that's considered not SJW, that doesn't have identity politics, where the stars aren't saying any political stuff. Maybe because Brie Larson doesn't comment on social issues anymore. That's why they like her.
Brie Larson hasn't said anything like that in a long time. Not even an Instagram account or a Twitter, anything. She.
Oh man, watch female-led and co-led movies. Oh, Red. Oh gosh. Red was gone for a while in the chat. I wonder if he got hijacked by the anti-SJW bug.
No, Melanie Mac kidnapped him.
Oh gosh, Melanie Mac.
Melanie Mac, yeah.
He is
the Japanese version of Melanie Mac.
All you need now is ranting with vengeance.
Oh.
Oh God, you need that little Irish punk.
Oh my God, Matthew.
I just feel like this Endgame thing, like, I mean, I still like Endgame, but I feel like trying to retweak it for something that you clearly didn't have in the plans when you made Endgame. Like, it feels like a George Lucas kind of thing to do. But yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh, Red, stop.
You won't stop. You can't stop.
Oh my goodness.
Red is evil. Red is evil.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, the Red experience. But no, like for real, as of this moment, I feel like the Batman Part 2 and Man of Tomorrow I anticipate more than Secret Wars. I mean, I don't like. I know, Aaron, you said the Batman was on the top of your list. Blinded, I don't know which movie you anticipate the most for 2020.
I'd probably say the Batman for sure. Yeah.
Just because, like, I feel like I've waited longer for the Batman.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
we're on the same boat.
And Matt Reeves.
Funny thing is, Secret Wars was announced in the same year Batman came out.
Yeah, but that was supposed to tie into King Dynasty.
Oh, it was supposed to come out. It wasn't King Dynasty supposed to come out last year?
Yep. Yeah, and so was originally Secret Wars. King Dynasty was supposed to come out spring 2025, and Secret Wars winter 2025 or November 2025. They wanted these movies to come out like right away.
That means they had no movie plan in between.
No, they didn't have a plan.
No.
For goodness sakes, when they announced these movies, Deadpool and Wolverine wasn't announced yet. Deadpool and Wolverine did not get announced until like September or October of that year.
Yeah, I'm surprised because like I wonder if they agreed to make a movie, Deadpool Wolverine, in September or October that year, and it wasn't in the cards of July at that time. Because I would think if there was they're planning to do a Deadpool Wolverine movie, I would think they would have Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds come on stage.
That would have broken Comic-Con.
But maybe
I think that would have broken Comic-Con more than announcing 2 Avenger movies.
it wasn't in the plans at the time, right? Maybe
It might not have been finalized.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to, like, I don't want to say the wrong information, but I remember specifically they were saying, like, Ryan Reynolds, when the first teaser, which was basically him and Hugh announcing a Deadpool 3, like, he was hinting that, like, it took a while between, like, you know, the merger and then, like, trying to put together like a script.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the merger stuff was happening between 2017 and 2019. And like, gotta remember, this was, like, happening before I think they planned on doing multiverse. But I mean, Man of Tomorrow, like, what do you guys think of these castings? Is this movie gonna be too bloated? Is it fine? Or
I think it depends on what the story is going to be, because it does seem like it's all like a team up movie.
James Gunn that does bloated movies. His Guardians movies are kind of bloated, so I think it'll be fine.
They have they do have a lot of characters. So
the Suicide Squad movies, right? Blinded Suicide Squad movies, even Peacemaker at times could be a little bloated. Like
I don't know. I mean, they are seemingly. I mean, everybody's like, this person gets cast, they're playing as another superhero, and it's like
or
probably
villain,
not. You know, because it's like a lot of the characters I mean, it seems like they're setting up new characters too, so they don't want to just like, you know, bring in another character who's not like related to or not related to Superman. I mean, obviously they did that in the first movie, but I just can't really see them like having tons and tons of characters. Like at this point, I feel like they do have enough. Like, because remember, we still got the Justice Gang. They never confirmed it. Did they confirm if Guy Gardner's coming back?
I think he is. Yes.
Yeah. I think so. I think like that lineup is coming back.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then I feel like they have a decent amount of characters based on, you know, who's rumored, because they never really announced some of these newer actors, right?
But still,
and who they're playing. So, but no, I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I think it really depends on what the movie is going to be about. Like, yes, it's about Brainiac, but like, what kind of Brainiac story is this? That's what I mean. Like, is this an invasion story? Is it not an invasion story? You know, we'll have to see.
Yeah, because I was saying, like, because I noticed, like, when you guys were at the end of Aaron's stream, you were talking about, and I was saying that, like, well, I mean, Brainiac's a big enough villain where he is a Justice League level threat, so like the team ups kind of make sense.
Yeah,
but it's like I don't want them throwing too much in there. Because like everyone keeps saying that Wonder Woman and Batman are going to be in it. It's like I much rather see their own thing at first. Like
they're not going to be in it.
I don't want the same mistakes being made that the old DC EU.
Yeah, that's my only problem is like don't introduce Batman and Wonder Woman in this movie. That's like my only caveat. I guess you can introduce the other ones. They already introduced a Green Lantern and stuff, but like doing that whole thing again, it's like here's the major characters again, and they're teaming up. Let me tell
you, if they introduce Batman or Wonder Woman in the movie, that would not be surprised. That will be officially cast. That will not be shocking surprises. That will be officially cast. Big characters like that will be officially announced. No,
I feel like they should be introduced in their movies first. Like that was the issue with Batman versus Superman.
I agree too.
Those three characters are just. I don't know. The moment you introduce those characters in a movie like this, which is still supposed to be a Superman movie, I think you take away the focus.
Batman and Wonder Woman are too big name of characters you keep as surprises.
Yeah, put in characters that are not going to compete with Superman. I think that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's true too. Yeah.
If you want Wonder Woman in a post-credit scene, okay, but like she shouldn't. Yes. I don't think she should be in a supporting role, or you know what I mean. Like I think that's just too much.
Yeah, you look at BVS. in it, but she wasn't a lot in it if you really think about it.
Yeah, she wasn't. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what was? I mean, the whole point of that movie is just a mess, right?
Well, like here's the thing: the first appearances we see of Aquaman and Cyborg,
Your
and
cameo,
Yeah, they're all ham-fisted, and it just seems unnatural.
they're
like
basically
dun, dun, dun,
Like
like the
here's
flash
Batman
drive.
looking and finding all these people. It's just like, no, man, this doesn't even make any sense, man.
Yeah, because I remember when, like, because they were announcing like who was like Aquaman was gonna be in 2014. It's like, what are they gonna do with all these characters? And then when you see like, oh, Aquaman's only in there in a video from LexCorp that Bruce is showing.
yeah
Diana.
on the drive. Yeah,
I mean,
the
look,
metahuman
like
drive.
Flash, like yeah, obviously Barry Allen appears in the Flash drive, but he also appears during that really out of place dream sequence.
Which
that
didn't
even
make sense.
Which here's the thing, my because I saw Batman versus Superman with my mom, she like turned to me during that scene. She's like, I have no idea what's going on.
How is
Yeah,
that?
that entire movie. That sums up that entire movie.
I didn't get that. How is that a dream? Like, how is that a dream if Flash is going back in time? How can that be a dream? Right?
Here's the thing.
Yeah,
doesn't make
that.
sense.
Yeah, and then never obviously that. That's why I say they should avoid stuff like that, where it's like you're trying to set up another movie, because it's like, what happens if that never gets paid off? You know,
Yeah.
like don't focus
Because-
on the story at hand. And if you want to set up something, well, the post-credit scene is a perfect opportunity because it
You
has
do it-
nothing to do with the
you
rest of the
do-
movie.
You do it near
Because-
the end. You do
Let
it
me
like
tell
at
you
the end.
something. Setup
Yeah.
movies, if you look at like setup movies and the trend of these kind of movies like Batman versus Superman, Amazing Spider-Man 2, they never pay off because you know what Amazing Spider-Man 2, you remember what that did? It basically spent half the time
Setting up
setting
the
up
villains.
like
Yeah.
a Sinister Six movie and future Spider-Man movies with instead of focusing on the story. And guess what happened? They never got any more of that universe.
Right.
Like they
So you
ended
wasted,
that.
instead of focusing on a story people would care about so then they can come back the next time, they were so busy focusing on something that didn't even, nobody was interested in the first place. And as a result, we never got those things again.
And guess what? Superhero movies aren't the only ones guilty of it. Harry Potter did the same thing with Fantastic Beasts and Crimes of Grindelwald, where half that movie was basically an Easter egg setup fest for Harry Potter in the Wizarding World.
Yeah.
Like Aaron, because I know you.
They were supposed to do
you
5
Harry
movies.
Potter. Like you saw like the Easter eggs they had, Nagini in her human form, like
Oh
why is Nagini,
yeah.
like in this
The,
movie
the,
to
the,
begin
the
with?
snake. Yeah, the snake. Yeah.
Nicholas Flamel in the Philosopher's Stone, Sorcerer's Stone, whatever you want to call it. Like the whole Lestrange stuff, because we know like the Lestranges are going to play a big role down the road and all that. Like it was just like it was like an Easter egg fest, setting up stuff we either already know or what we assume is going to happen, and no one liked it. It was the first Harry Potter movie to get negative reviews, and so like, and they kind of made the same mistake with Secrets of Dumbledore, where it was like, oh, let's remind everyone what people loved about Harry Potter. Boom, the classic Harry Potter theme song. Boom, Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement.
Yeah.
It was basically like, and no one wanted any more. That's why they ended the Fantastic Beasts movies, and now they're doing this reboot.
The third movie was supposed to set up a 4th movie. They were supposed to do 5. Remember?
Like,
that was the original plan to do 5, but they ended at 3 because
but
Grindelwald was.
again, the
they
point
never-
is, when you
they
do
never-
this kind of stuff, whether you're DC, Marvel, Harry Potter, it never pays off, because what happens is the movie doesn't do well, and if you don't get a lot of seats in, it's not going to do well.
Yeah.
Right. And then the thing is, you just now ruined the main story that you were just telling, because that could have gone to screen time for that story, but now you're setting up something else. Like, that's why I'm never a fan of those things. Like, progress the story in a way where it comes naturally, right? And it's like, okay, the movie ends and it leads into another story, right? But trying to spend half of the time setting up something, it's just, Man, like I do think these franchises need to walk away from doing stuff like this because it's
Well,
happening right now with the boys too. The boys is spending, well, I wouldn't say all their time, but they're spending a decent amount of time setting up the Soldier Boy show, and you're like, the setup is not even that good, and this is the final season. Why are we setting up another show? Like, did Breaking Bad set up Better Call Saul like at the the last season where all of a sudden we're focusing on? No, they never did that. Like, just let it be natural. Like, let it come naturally. Like like
Hmm.
this is this time for this story, and then you move on and you tell another story, and that's how it should be. Easter eggs, I think, are the easiest way because they're harmless, right? Like, they were teasing Wakanda since Iron Man 2. We never got Wakanda, but we just know it exists. So, if you're going to do stuff like that, use it as like world building or, Easter eggs for people paying attention. But it shouldn't be like all of a sudden we're going to jam down your throat something that really has nothing to do with the story at hand.
Hmm.
well, like here's the other thing. Even Marvel did it with Age of Ultron because half of Age of Ultron was basically setting up Civil War and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and luckily it didn't ruin the MCU because Age of Ultron still made $1 billion worldwide. And
But
like,
I think Age of Ultron did it the right way though. That's
I
the
mean,
thing.
I think they did it in a better way than
Yeah.
BVS and Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2. Like, you
Hmm.
still had at least a decent movie in there.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love Age of Ultron, but I enjoy it. Like, I can
Yeah.
rewatch it. And like, in fairness, what it did set up in regards to Civil War, Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame, it did pay off because we did see what happened.
Right.
Where we didn't see what the payoff was going to be after that setup for Amazing Spider-Man 2. And well, in BVS, like, yeah, what we got basically after BVS was what? Snyder Cut, which
Hmm.
Justice League.
And
But
even
here's the
while we were doing the Snyder cut, they were still setting up stuff that we will never see.
Yeah.
exactly.
Never. Like
Like
no,
Zack Snyder basically was like, yeah, let's throw this in here. Like, let's add this while
he
we
even he even added like the nightmare added to the nightmare stuff at the end of that of the Snyder cut. It's like, yeah, we'll just add this, but you're never gonna see this. Like the Joker and the nightmare scene and all that stuff. That's
Yeah,
all.
all this
Yeah.
stuff, Martian Manhunter, all of that stuff that was completely, I understand that that's what was in the movie, but even still, they were
Yeah.
still doing that,
Yeah.
and I don't know, man. I think there's a better way of doing this, and I just feel like you're not guaranteed another movie. That's another thing I feel like these writers and directors, it feels like they feel like, oh well, this is Marvel, this is DC, we're going to get a movie, because all these movies make billions of dollars. But you're not guaranteed because if you make a bad, crappy movie, who cares about what you're setting up next? I don't want to see what's next. I mean, obviously, Batman vs Superman is a good example because if it was a better movie, maybe nobody would be complaining about this stuff, right?
Hmm.
But because it was such a piss poor movie, now we go, what was the point of the Flash scene? Like, it just adds to the severity of how bad that movie was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if those things were kept to a minimum or not in it at all, then we would just have the movie to complain, right? But I don't know, man. I don't know if they're really going to stop doing this. Specifically, Marvel. Marvel is infatuated with this because, of course, this has made them money and it's made them popular. But I think even Marvel should step away, let things be standalone, and use the post-credit scene to bridge things together. Um,
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, but and also here's the other thing. At least Marvel before Age of Ultron came out, at least like it had bangers with the Avengers,
yeah,
Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's like you had enough where it's like one misstep, you can still come back from it.
Yeah. No.
Where
Not.
it's like you really didn't have a lot with Amazing Spider-Man. Like DC
yeah,
was already having problems in 2016 finding a director for the Flash movie. like there was already like concerns that like the tone of Suicide Squad was not going to work, or or like they had to make changes or whatever. Like there was already like disaster written on the wall.
Now some movies that never
Right.
came to fruition. Um, right?
Right.
Uh, things like that.
Um, yep.
Confusion with Zack Snyder on the direction of DC. Like,
Well, look at it like this, right? Imagine if Captain America: The First Avenger like spent half of its running time setting up that Bucky was going to get controlled by Hydra and things like that, and then he eventually dies. Like instead, you just get a scene where he dies, and then you're
yeah.
like, oh, is he really dead? Is he dead? Well, and people know that okay, this could come down the
Iron
road, but it doesn't spend the time. It doesn't ruin the rest of the movie to tell a specific story.
Iron Man 2 did a decent job of starting to set up the Avengers. You had like you introduced Nick Fury, Black Widow, and others in Iron Man 2. Then you had like the Thor movie, and then continuation setting up the Avengers because you still had Nick Fury in what's his name? Oh shit, Clark Gregg's character, Colton, right? You had
Colston.
them. Yeah,
Yeah,
Colson.
Coulson.
And then obviously in Captain America, after he gets frozen in time, right? The
Right.
Shield finds him. So those three movies did a good job of setting up the Avengers movies. So yeah, like
Yeah,
they
after
do.
the story was told, then you see
Yes,
what happens, and you're like,
yes,
okay, it's like a freaking TV episode. It should
yeah.
have a hook. If you're going to do this, have a hook at the ending, so it doesn't ruin or bog down the rest of the story, right? And that's what I'm saying. Post credit scene is a great opportunity for that because it's completely disconnected, and you can bring in something that was completely not even hinted toward
Hmm.
or talked about in this movie, right? Like
Hmm.
just like in the Winter Soldier, here's the post credit scene with Scarlet Witch and
Yeah,
Quicksilver.
yeah, the twins. Yeah, it's perfect. Exactly. And that's a good point.
Or it's like Iron Man 2 where like Thor's hammer.
Yeah,
But even
yeah,
Iron Man 2 has like suffers from that problem because it's like here's
yeah,
Cap, like I know they were so all over the place in that movie. I mean, luckily you know, they kind of
Well,
realized their mistake.
yeah. Well, that movie was gonna be a mess because John Favreau wanted it to come out in 2011, but Marvel rushed it because
Hmm.
they
yeah.
wanted Avengers to come out quickly. So like there was a lot of problems going into that movie regardless. I mean, don't forget like they recasted War Machine, well, Rhodey as well.
Yep.
It was like there was just so much happening with that movie. And like, I mean, to be fair to Iron Man 2, it's still a better movie than BVS, Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Fantastic Beasts.
Mhm.
Mm.
Like like and it did like do better in the box office than the first Iron Man movie. I think if it did worse in the box office, I think that's when I think issues could have arose. Because
Mhm.
the thing is with Amazing Spider-Man 2, when it did it, it also underperformed at the box office because
Yeah.
it had
Right.
a higher budget and they expected more. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald was like the lowest grossing World Harry Potter movie to come out. And I know they weren't expecting it to make $1 billion, but they were probably expecting it to make the same amount as I think the first Fantastic Beasts movie did.
Right.
And then BVS, yeah, BVS made more than Man of Steel, but Warner Brothers had the $1 billion expectation.
Yeah.
Like
Warner
that's what
Brothers
people don't
does
realize.
that. Warner Brothers always has high expectations for the movies to make billion, like unreasonable box office numbers, especially with DC.
But I did mention before that, like, Warner Brothers did say it was before you guys came on that Superman did what it needed to do at the box office, and they see it as a success.
Hmm.
Because like I keep hearing the argument about Man of Steel made more. Well, here's the thing: Man of Steel came out in a different era as well.
Hmm.
And here's the
Yeah.
thing: I
Yep.
think this is what my theory. I think Warner Brothers was banking on the success of Dark Knight Rises, the fact that Christopher Nolan was being promoted as a producer for the movie, for Man of Steel to do very well in the box office. because I remember all the trailers had to bring up from produced by the director of the Dark Knight trilogy. Oh gosh, Red.
Yeah.
This is basically the Bible, a Bible verse of the anti SJW Bible. Red,
Crazy.
I can't like.
Get Red off
No,
of here, man. Get Ted off of there. Get Ted off of there. We don't need Ted.
like
Let Ted stay in Japan.
Oh gosh, go to Friday Night Tights and Doomcock's chat. Oh my goodness, like the stuff that those guys say is so crazy. I'm surprised they haven't recruited Ranting with Vengeance yet.
He
Oh,
might.
man.
That guy might
He's
be
a
too
kid,
racist.
so they gotta wait until
That
he's
kid-
18.
That kid might be too racist for them.
Oh my
True.
goodness, could you imagine where it's like, I mean, yikes, like we can't leave this guy in the room with Rippo.
Because he would
Oh
expose
man.
he would expose them a lot. He'd be
Well, they're already getting exposed a lot because of
Right.
Chrissy Mayer, so
yeah.
maybe they should get another dumb redhead on.
Dumb red.
Man, I feel
Wendy?
like
Just call him Wendy
Yeah.
on it.
yo.
Yeah, they could just call him Wendy, or they can just call him Chrissy because they wouldn't know the difference. They would all still simp for him. Exactly. Yeah.
We don't need
Oh,
death over here.
Goodness.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and other news. Apparently, I guess they're starting the auditions for James Bond soon, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying, and this, I mean, they were never going to do this, but it would have been nice if they just got the actor who was in the game because he's also was on Dexter and stuff. And you're like, why not just have a James Bond who appears in all this different media and stuff? Like, that would have been cool. Right? Like video games and movies and TV shows. Like, that would have been a different take on James Bond, but
well,
I think they're going to go for an unknown. I mean, he's still an unknown, the guy who's in the
Yeah.
game.
Well, I have to laugh because I don't know if you guys saw Degrassi's tweet. It might have been like before I started the stream, where like because a certain someone thinks Henry Cavill should still be casted, and
man.
Degrassi pointed out how like I guess like Henry Cavill had like a recent box office bomb or something, playing a secret.
Yeah,
agent.
Henry Cavill's too old now.
That's the thing, because here's the thing: when Daniel Craig started as in the role, like with Casino Royale, wasn't he like in his late 30s?
Yeah.
So it's Pierce Brosnan.
And like,
was
here's
like
the
not-
thing: when you
older-
look at like Daniel Craig's James Bond movies, wasn't like one of the things that kept being brought up was like he's getting older,
yeah.
becoming too old. So it's like you're gonna cast, and I know, yes, Henry Cavill might look younger than Daniel Craig did when he first started playing James Bond, but it don't matter.
Right.
Well, and by the way, this is the same person who was suggesting this that suggested that Henry Cavill was too old to play Superman.
You know what? I don't think Henry
Like, does
Cavill-
anyone remember that when Henry Cavill, like when before James Gunn took over, and like it seemed like Henry Cavill could come back. I think this was like right before
I don't think
Black
Henry
Adam appearance. Like this person also said that Henry Cavill might be too old to return as Superman. He
Yeah.
was hinting at it,
Mhm.
and this was before this was like 4 years ago.
Have you seen Henry Cavill act? I mean, like, I think it's too stoic of an actor to play Bond.
Like, here's the thing: he's fine playing stoic villains or stoic protagonists.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But he
listen,
has no.
I don't know if
He
you
has
guys-
he has no charm though. Bond has charm.
I don't know if you guys saw him in Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like by the way, that's my favorite Mission Impossible movie of all time.
Yeah,
like he was
same.
perfect for that role because it was a stoic villain that everyone thought was a good guy, but is really a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Like he was perfect for that role.
Yeah, I mean, he was not supposed to be, but he actually did an audition for the same James Bond that ended up going to Daniel Craig, but he was too young at the time. He was like 21. But now it's
man.
like he just,
That's like
he
20 years
aged
ago.
out. Yeah, he
Degrassi,
aged out of the character.
please tell me this is a joke, Degrassi, because oh my gosh,
Old. I'm old. Like, Daniel Craig's James Bond's dead though.
yeah, he's dead. Like, here's
Let's
the
just
thing:
fake
general
it. Let's just
audiences
fake
need
this.
to understand. Daniel Craig wasn't the first James Bond. We had Pierce Brosnan. We've had Sean Connery.
Roger
We've
Moore.
had we've had
Tiffany
all
Dolan.
yes. So like James Bond always got a reboot or soft retooling.
Yeah.
Like general audiences need to fully understand that. But like his Bond died in No Time to Die. Like that was basically the emotional crutch of the movie where he made the sacrifice.
What was it? What was the Degrassi's comment? I can't see it.
He said
I'm not.
there is talks of Daniel Craig returning for a prologue because audiences are stupid. Like I guess to
Oh my god, that's
he's
explain
freaking
not wrong
stupid.
there about the audience. He's
passing
not wrong.
why a younger guy is going to be playing James Bond. But it's like
It's a reboot.
won't audiences also recognize that other actors from the other movies like Ralph Fiennes aren't going to be in it?
How can they hold on? How can are the producers of James Bond? I mean, this is Amazon, right? And by the way, that
Yeah.
the the lady who owned the rights to James Bond should have never given up the rights.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
She should have
That
never
was
done
so
that
dumb.
because. But I think it's pretty easy. Just freaking cast a younger person. Let them do James Bond in this like media crossover shit, right? Obviously, I mean, I'm still not a big fan of like doing spin-offs of all the James Bond characters. I think that's just kind of corny. Like, but I mean, if you want to do like a James, to be honest, I don't even think they should maybe even do a movie. Do a James Bond TV show.
That would be
Like,
interesting.
let James Bond in the movie space, like rest for a little bit. Like it. I feel like the TV is like you have an opportunity to explore the character more, and I think, obviously you would probably be losing out on action sequences, but I mean Amazon has the budget to do things like, what is that crappy TV show that the Russo brothers produce, and it's on Prime. Nobody watches that shit. The Citadel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you got the budget to do the
They're behind
Citadel
that?
and shit, yeah, the Russo brothers are behind that.
Wow.
It's garbage. Nobody was watching it. It was like
Everything the Russos
Yo.
do behind Steps Avengers is garbage.
Everything
if they can do shit like that, make it, make James Bond your Stranger Things, or you know what I mean, like
Mm-hmm.
make something that's actually like worth watching. And it could be cool too. You could have like every season a different opening credits with a different song. I mean, come on, man. Like there's a lot of ideas you could do there with James Bond, man.
And here's the thing: TV shows like usually the seasons like take like what 1 to every 2 years. So it's like
Yeah.
you don't have to have the same concern that you had with the last series where it's like, yeah, I know like Quantum of Souls came out 2 years after Casino Royale, but that movie was rushed out. That was a victim of the writer strikes as well. Then the next one came out 4 years later. The next one 3 years later. No Time to Die was supposed to be 5 years later. Turned out 6 because of the COVID.
Right.
So it's like the thing is you don't have to worry about like if you cast someone that's like at least in their mid to late 30s, you don't have to worry about them aging out of the role.
Right.
If you do the season. Like you can probably, if you do let's say like 4 seasons, okay, they can wrap up before they turn 50, and then the struggles start to come.
Yeah, I mean, well, you can cast someone a lot younger. They could be in their late 20s, early 30s.
Or you can even do like maybe like a prequel show about like James Bond's early years.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know. Bringing back Daniel Craig.
No, not bringing
again?
back Daniel Craig, but getting
No, but I mean, no. I'm not talking about what you were saying. Sorry, I mean just like in general, like what Degrassi was saying, like bringing back Daniel Craig again would just be so insulting. And on top of that, too, I didn't even like No Time to Die. That movie was not good. That it was so all over the place, and it honestly just didn't feel like James Bond.
it
I don't know, man.
They wanted to give James Bond the Logan treatment.
Yeah, but it didn't work. It wasn't even like they could have come up with a much better idea. And I understand like you maybe kill like okay, we're gonna kill off James Bond or whatever, but like I don't know, man. I feel like they got to figure out interesting ways to, because just like have killing off a character, I feel like yeah, everybody wants to see a character get killed off, but I think like doing something, I don't know, like this is what I mean. It takes some creativity, right?
Hmm.
But like to do something where it's like, okay, maybe the character's not dead, but it's like this is it. You know what I mean? Like there's no real like returning from this, right? They're not going to be James Bond really again, right? Um, kind of like I don't know. I'm trying to think like of a way. I don't know. Like I feel like this is a gaming example, but like Uncharted 4 kind of did a good example of that, where it's like we're not gonna kill the character off, but it's like the character really can't come back, right? Because it's like now he has a kid, he has a wife. Why would he want to go back to this life where his life is on the line constantly,
Hmm.
right? And it's like he's already got what he wants. It doesn't matter if they pull him back in. I mean, obviously, I'm sure, it's been 10 years since Uncharted, so who knows what they could come back with. But yeah, and that's the problem with these franchises. It's just like they're always like trying to figure out a way, like, how can we fucking bring this character back? Instead of just being like, why not just move on or just do a reboot or something? Like, at least with a reboot, it feels like, okay, this is a different version, but when you're like, "Well, let's bring back this specific version, even though,
Hmm.
like, I just think, I don't know. I think it's kind of like loses the impact of what it originally was.
Oh yeah, by the way, Degrassi's like mentioning not Paul Mescal and several TV shows. I guess
Yeah.
these are the shows that I guess they want to do. Money Penny coming,
Yeah, I saw
New
money.
Division
I don't
coming.
even like that the actor that they want for James Bond, that guy, he was in Gladiator too.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah, yeah, that guy just so boring, bro. Like
Hmm.
just boring. Like you just see like you see that and you're like, I don't know, man. Like this guy, I'm sorry, but Gladiator 2 was so trash and he was like one of the reasons. Just like a complete character, like a actor who just fades in the freaking background and really brings no gravitas or anything interesting. Just plays it fucking straight. I mean, you don't want an actor like that for James Bond. At least he's got to be fucking cool looking. And I mean, you could argue James Daniel Craig was kind of like muted as James Bond, like compared to other actors. Like he wasn't like, I wouldn't say he was like super charismatic or super like leading man. He was definitely I mean, but that's what they were kind of going for. He was a very reserved, different James Bond. But and it worked. It definitely did work. But I don't know. I think they need to go with a different kind of James Bond, like something that is more not too gritty. Like I think they need to get away from that too.
I feel
Like
like we're in an age where we're stepping away from gritty stuff. It feels like Superman's not
yeah,
gritty, which good thing. Like here's the thing, Casino Royale, the first one came out a year after Batman Begins, where
right.
gritty Batman was once again being embraced, and these gritty adaptations of characters were being embraced.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I feel like the embrace was good for a while, but
Right.
then after a while, it's like, okay, you want to see something new, or you want to want to maybe go back to the traditional route for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do something that's like will catch people off guard. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like some of these producers and stuff, like they're all worried about like it's gonna be successful and blah blah blah. But when they really should be sitting down and being like, like this is the opportunity to now take a risk and see where it goes. It's not James Bond as a character is not going to get damaged where it's like, oh, if you make a certain amount of movies, people all of a sudden stop liking James Bond. Like, no. Like the character is so ingrained into movie history and like the character's just never gonna go away. So you might as well start taking some risks and do something at least interesting. And if you don't want to put the budget behind it, do this is what I'm saying. Like just make at a smaller scale, like, and see what happens. But again, it's all about money. It's all about like we need to make a certain amount of money on this, and it's like, yeah, but then you don't get. It's like if you want to make all this money, it's like you got to eventually take some risks. Like it's got to be refreshing enough where people are like, yeah, I'm excited and I'm invested. And then they tell other people. It can't just all be the fucking same shit. And because it's like at a certain point you're going to have diminishing returns. Like that's really basic, right? Like if you just keep making Daniel Craig James Bond movies, nobody's going to show up. Everybody's going to be like another one. Like we just got
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't even matter if it's good. It's like if you kept making it and kept going on and on and on, you're going to see diminishing returns. And we all know there's no who's ever had like tons of movies come out and the quality has all kept the same. No. We see that with Marvel. You know, like Marvel has never been able to maintain a
Consistency.
consistency of
Mm-hmm.
quality where everything is just like 90 above, you know what I mean? Or like the best thing ever. That never happens.
I mean,
So
this
in
makes
these,
sense.
yeah, it doesn't even make sense exactly. And these producers, like but they all, it seems like they all think like this. Like, oh yeah, if we just find a consistency, well, it's just going to be no, no.
Oh man, I like look for MGM to file a lawsuit against WB over the. Yo, I gotta admit, I'm now concerned after. Did you hear what Ian McKellen said about the new Lord of the Rings movie?
No, I didn't. I
He's
didn't.
comparing it to Joker,
Bruh.
like the
Wh-
Joker
Oh,
movie, like
Why?
because
What's the reason?
oh I'm gonna try to see if I can find it because I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I was like, oh, I know Aaron's Lord of the Rings, so I might as well.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
have
too
no idea.
big on
Especially
Lord of the
because
Rings, but
the Degrassi had to bring it up. Let me see. I gotta see
mm,
if I can find
right, yeah, Aaron's
because
into is
I have
into
no
I
big Lord of the
idea
Rings
what he
fans.
means by that.
Like, it's gonna be gritty. Is it a character explorer? Like, what
well, first
exactly
of
does
all,
that
he
mean?
he he basically said that he was surprised that the movie was being made.
Okay.
Like right
I'm
away,
surprised
I
it's been
feel like
made.
this is a red flag where it's like, yeah, I'm coming back, but don't know. Like, I'm surprised this movie's being made. It's not like anyone asked for it.
I
I'm
mean,
shocked
there's
it's been
money
made.
there. I mean, it's never about if people ask for it. Like, we should be
Mm-hmm.
honest.
All right, I think okay. I found the article. I'm gonna like screen share it real quick because like I didn't know what the exact thing. I just saw the headline. I'm like, what is he saying? Because I mean, look, I like the first Joker, but Joker Filet of Do, I still haven't. I still have not forgiven the studio for that. So, new Lord of the Rings movie confirmed surprising connection.
Hold on,
Oh wait, I
wait.
don't think it
Was
was
that
Ian
your
McKellen.
washing machine?
It was
Whose washing machine was that?
Yeah, it's mine.
oh, it was Peter
I have
Jackson. I got it.
the only reason why
Sorry,
is it
sorry.
LG? Is it an LG washing machine?
I think so. I think
Yeah,
it's the same.
Blinded.
You have an LG
yeah,
one?
it does the exact same thing. The freaking little ding, 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 ding. That's the only reason why I said that. I was like, wait a minute.
Blinded. I made a mistake. It was Peter Jackson that made the comparison.
Oh, it's
I
Peter
thought it was Ian
Jackson.
McKellen.
Okay.
No, Ian McKellen was surprised that like, oh, they're making another one. But yeah,
Hmm.
Peter Jackson made the comparison because remember Andy Serkis is directing this one. That's another thing. Andy
Yeah.
Serkis does not have a good directing record right now. Did you know that he had an Animal Farm movie that came out that was
Yes.
Yeah.
trashed by critics?
Yeah, it was like
No one
Animal
can
Farm
adapt
for
Animal
kids.
Farm. Like here's
Animal
the thing,
Farm for kids.
no one can properly adapt Animal Farm. That's the reality. But anyways,
I think it could be done in like an animated movie that was like serious, but not like for kids. Like I think that's like that sounds like satire, bro. Hey kids, let's learn about communism and how communism is bad. Like come on, man.
oh gosh, yo, like, and especially because like nowadays more people are more accepting of communism. Oh my
It's
gosh,
just yeah, it's just
you can't make this stuff up about society.
It just sounds so satirical, man. Like, let's make an animal farm for kids. Like, bro, I guess we can make 1984 for kids too, right? Big Brother's watching you, and it's like this little kid, and he's like, oh man, can you imagine? Jesus, oh man, like, come on, that's like the worst idea to turn into a kids movie. Like, what were they
Man,
thinking?
the CIA properly animated animal farms for kids. It should be on YouTube. Okay, let me get to Peter Jackson's quotes. He said, "We were thinking about the original Joker film, the one with Joaquin Phoenix, the
Mm,
way that explored the Joker's psychology while it was telling a story. We got the story that's in the appendices, and we'll tell that story, but we'll tell it from an internal Gollum perspective." And Jackson also revealed why he didn't direct it. You're taking things written by Tolkien and filming them from a certain point of view. That means you have to get inside his head. I've got no particular desire to get inside Gollum's head. Andy Serkis can do that himself. Oh yeah, because
mm,
we know Andy Serkis plays Gollum.
yeah.
So let me see if there's anything else interesting about this. Oh, Kate Winslet's gonna play Schmiegel's grandmother.
Smeagol's grandmother.
Mm.
Yeah,
The
that's what it says right
fuck?
here. So okay,
It's
so
like, whoa.
based on material and J.R.R.R. Tolkien's appendices to Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum will tell the tale of Aragorn and Gandalf's search for Gollum after Bilbo Baggins' 111th birthday party. Okay, this is gonna feel weird though because Aragorn's gonna be played by a different actor, so it's like Ian McKellen and Elijah Wood are coming back, but Aragorn's gonna be played by someone
Give me a
else.
second.
Like right away, this is like
But we all know that in Lord of the Rings he gets captured by
yeah,
by
that's
the
what I mean. They show it in the movie.
yeah. Why
They
do we need
show
a
him
whole
getting
movie
tortured
about
in the
that?
movie.
We,
And it's like, why are you gonna capture? Doesn't I'm pretty sure like there's a scene in Lord of the Rings where Gandalf and Frodo are talking, and they see Frodo is slowly following them already
yeah.
as well. So it's like I'm so confused this timeline of this movie because it's supposed to happen during the events of Fellowship
All
of
I
the
know in the
Ring.
book, all I know in the book, for me in the book, right? When Gandalf discovers that's the ring, that's the
And
ring.
I've seen that Degrassi. He looked miserable.
I know from the books. When Gandalf figures out that's the Sauron's ring, he dispatches Aragorn to go out to find Gollum before the forces of Sauron finds Gollum. But in the end, the forces of Sauron capture Gollum before Aragorn can get to him, and they torture him till they reveal the location of the ring. You don't need a movie for that. Why are you gonna do a 2-hour movie based on that? Because we kind of see
That's
it
what I
in
mean. Because we know these Lord of the Ring movies are long. The Hobbit movies were long. The only
yeah.
one that wasn't dreadfully long was Battle of the Five Armies, which was not good.
It, the Hobbit was one
That
book
movie
in
should never
general.
have even existed. Like Battle of the Five Armies should never existed. They should have just
Nick,
kept it as two movies.
if
But whatever.
you can't, you're gonna have to make up a lot of shit for this movie that's not in the books.
Okay, so we're gonna keep getting more into that. However, the movie won't simply be an adventure tale, but also delve into the psychology of Gollum, who was once called Smeagol. That includes revealing more of his origin story with Kate Winslet expected to play Smeagol's grandmother. Okay, I did not know that. I knew Kate Winslet was going to be in the movie. I didn't know she was going to play that character.
There's no Smeagol backstory in the books.
You want to know what the Smeagol backstory is? The opening of Return of the King.
Yes,
That was the
I
Smeagol backstory, where him and his friend were fishing. They find the
brother,
ring. They
his
fight
brother.
over the ring. Smeagol kills him.
Yeah,
We see him slowly transforming. Like we see like we know what happens. Bilbo finds the ring. You might as well just add in clips from Hobbit Unexpected Journey in the prologue of this movie. You might as well dedicate like a half hour of Gollum trying to find Bilbo Baggins at first. Like really, what can you cover in this? Because basically you're just covering what Gollum was up to while Frodo's beginning his journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's really what all this is gonna be. I mean, look, I'm still gonna see the movie because I love Lord of the Rings, but I'm becoming skeptical with this one. All right, so it's an adventure story with a really strong psychological interior story that's going on as well. The co-writer had told Empire, I was on a mocap stage and I said to Andy, right, assume the position. I cannot believe how fit that guy is as he clambered up the structure. It's ridiculous. I'm like, can you start aging? Okay. And then Circus says that I'm very excited, and not just it being a nostalgia trip, which it pretty much is. There's actually a lot to explore with the character of Gollum. We're going to use more prosthetics for the orcs, for instance, and shooting all on location. So he says orcs are going to be in the movie.
Of course, have to.
This sits between the world of the Hobbit and original trilogy. No, it takes place after the beginning of Fellowship of the Ring.
No, you're right. You're right. But
Like it
no,
takes place. They basically said it takes place after Bilbo's birthday, which is the first 20 minutes to half hour of the movie.
they should go watch their own movie and read the books.
Oh, I know. Like they were in this movie, half of them.
Yeah.
Circus is directing. We know Ian McKellen, Elijah Wood's coming back, and Jamie Doran is going to be taking over for Viggo Mortensen, and it comes out December 17th, 2027. Yeah, it feels like they're not spending a lot of money.
That's the movie.
This
That's the story. That's the story of the movie they want to go up against Secret Wars. Good luck.
Oh, listen, like here's the thing. We're all hyping up like Doomsday with like Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday together. So what is this?
It's not-
Avengers
It's not, I don't feel
Lord
the
of the
same.
Secret Wars?
I don't feel the same for Secret Wars in this and Golem. I don't have the same. Like I don't feel the same thing.
So let's call
Like-
it this. The Lord of the Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, it's hard.
Okay. So Jamie Doran is now older than Viggo when they started making Lord of the Rings. Okay. It's just gonna feel weird though, because it's like if you're bringing back these other actors, like here's the thing, you're gonna have to do a lot of de-aging with Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood's 45 now.
Yeah, he is kind of young.
He's in his mid-40s now.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I thought it was weird that like Elijah Wood like was playing Frodo like in like the opening of the first Hobbit and ending of the last one when he's like 10 years older than he was when he played Frodo originally.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was in his like late 30s for that. Or like yeah, like his like early 30s, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's like this stuff is noticeable.
Yeah, he did return for the Hobbit, right, in the beginning.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like he still looked young, but like it was also slightly noticeable.
Jamie Doran is older. Well, it can't be worse than him. Jamie Doran, it can't be worse than the 50 Shades of Grey movies for him.
Wait, he was in 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah, he was what's the character's name? The love interest of Dakota Johnson's character.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that they're gonna get that guy
What's his
to play one of the best
Gray
characters
in
in the franchise?
Gray.
Oh
Gray
my!
Yeah,
Christian Grey.
Christian Grey. There we go.
You gotta
Yes.
be. They must be. I'm about to go on a Stephen A. Smith rant.
Same actor.
Yo, this is blasphemous right here. And look, I know people will say, well, Robert Pattinson played the sparkling vampire in Twilight. Yeah, but he also had other great roles. What else? I gotta see what else this guy was in.
He played Cedric. He played Cedric, and he died.
Yeah, he played Cedric. Oh my goodness. I gotta see what else this guy was in to feel better about this. I don't know how to feel. I mean, Dakota Johnson hasn't been in anything relevant. The last relevant thing she was in was Madam Web.
Mm.
And that was the movie that sunk the Sonyverse.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. This was just some horrible news. Just horrible. Oh my goodness. Had to let that off my chest. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to
yeah,
make a movie out of this.
That's what I mean. It's like you're basically covering like what basically if you were doing a video game on Fellowship of the Ring would just be a side quest.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. If they were doing a Fellowship of the Ring video game and you had like side quests that weren't shown in the movie, this would be it.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't get the thought process. It's like, look, there's so many Lord of the things you could have adapted from Lord of the Rings. Like so many different routes you could have done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. So so you know how I told you like these weird made up accounts are claiming about Willem Dafoe? Yo, they now have another weird theory that I need to share. Because I saw it on Instagram just now.
What?
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna put it up because I'm like, this reminds me. I don't know if you guys ever remember Star Wars Theory making this video back in 2020 where he claimed that like it was always in the making for Rey to be a Palpatine, and he was coming up with all these weird theories. So this account is coming up with a weird theory tying like Avengers and wait, hold on. Oh, Blind is coming back.
Yeah, you can get rid of the other one that's muted.
All right.
All right.
So Blind, I don't know if you heard. I found this another crazy theory that this person's posting. This time on Instagram. I'm gonna share it.
Oh crap! Can you hear me?
What?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear anybody. Oh man.
Really? I can hear him.
I can hear him.
You can't hear us? I can hear you, George.
Oh, he's coming back in. He's coming back. It's like every time I'm about to share, he comes back in.
Okay, Blind, can you hear us?
Something is wrong with StreamYard.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear anybody again.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Maybe check.
If you guys can hear this, I might have to sign out for today. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
No, it's okay, Blinded.
I can't hear us. I can't. Well,
yeah. Oh man. Well, maybe I'll put it. I'll put in the private. Like,
check. Maybe you should check his audio settings on StreamYard.
His audio. Oh my goodness.
Because that's what I did with Restream a couple of weeks back.
Yo, like, I gotta like try Restream one of these days. Like, let me see. Edit his mic settings. Like, I don't know. Is there a way to like? Okay, yeah, it's just weird.
Usually the mic is not working.
Oh man.
I'm actually gonna go to. I gotta go bathroom. So.
All right. Yeah, I was gonna share basically this theory that they wanted to share was like connecting because you know how like X-Men Days of Future Past, like when Logan wakes up, it's 2023.
Yeah.
And Doom and Endgame takes place in 2023.
Yeah.
Apparently, I think this series trying to like say, oh, this is what began the collapse of the multiverse because they both messed with time in 2023.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna basically hint at. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, we're almost at the 3-hour mark. I actually covered more than I was expecting to. Thanks to Aaron and Blinded for coming on. And Aaron, you got anything coming up that you want to promote?
I'm actually about to make a video like in a half an hour or so, but be on the lookout for that. That's it right now.
Is it on like your movie channel, your sports channel?
Yeah, it's on my main channel.
All right, because I know you've been doing some more sports stuff lately.
Yeah. No, it's on this channel, my main channel.
All right. And as for me, Mandalorian comes out this weekend, so I'll probably do a review on that. And maybe, I don't know about Sunday because I'm going to be out Sunday, but probably Monday since it's Memorial Day, I'll probably do a spoiler stream on that. If anyone wants to come on that, I'll probably send the link if anyone wants to come on it. I don't know what time yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm going to cover that. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Blinder, for coming back. It definitely feels like a flat throwback to 2023, and hopefully we can do more of that. But thank you all for joining. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe to Aaron and Blinded if you haven't already, and share this with someone that wants to hear about Batman, James Bond, and other stuff. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Peace and take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.